all that. It's been a minute. Been a minute.
Mhm.
Listen, man. State of emergency going on yet again. My dog, Fresh Life, with me, man.
Right.
Gonna be a good one, man. I can feel it. You feel me? So let's see. What we want to talk about first? Let's just talk about how you felt before the game and uh going into as the game started. Excuse me.
Well, I was antsy before the game, but then I was like, then when the game started, I was like, we ready to motorboat these guys.
Right,
And then it went from motorboating these guys, Lamar get injured. I was like, all right. Then they score. I said, if we lean on the running game, that should be enough.
right.
But I forgot what coach we had. Hey, how you doing, Chris? How you doing? All right. I'm good now. Chris on now.
your,
I'm good now. Well, anyway, so
your camera a little slow, bro, but I can hear you good, man. I can hear you good, man.
it's the Spectrum connection.
That's all
Hey,
right.
it's not me. I'm
That's
at
all right.
work. I'm using their
I,
Wi-Fi. It's
I,
not me.
I can hear you good though. I can hear you good.
So, oh, he said, "Bless my horse, little heart."
Yeah, Chris got the jokes on. That's her little trademark. That's her trademark for me.
Ooh, that was a good one. Oh shit. But anyway, so I forgot what kind of coach we have, and I'm over it. So that's how far I am. I'm over it. Um,
I hear you,
I
bro.
remember I remember I was supposed to start my whole little video thing and really get right
Right.
this season. Remember, but because how the ratings started out, I had no desire to record because of this type of stuff. I don't want to get too emotionally tied up into it and then get very upset and not keep up my responsibilities of post content every week because I'm frustrated. So I said, you know what? I'll fall back this season and see what things gonna go and where it's gonna take me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like roller coaster. It went up and then took a nosedive into the dirt.
Uh, Me and Fresh already been talking about this for a minute now,
Right.
but uh, we gotta rewind all the way to week one, all the way to week two. You feel me? The expectations, like Fresh said, for the game at least, but the expectations going to the season, I never would have thought it would have got like this. But after week one, I knew it was going to get like this. I mean, granted, Lamar came back with his 5 game run. All right, cool. But I was saying back then, even then, Lamar, stay your black ass out. Don't come back and save the team. Lamar's a fighter. He came back, got everybody rooting for him as he should. But here we are yet again. Now all the owners, never mind him playing them 5 games, busting his ass and all that shit. Now it's back to, oh, he quit on the team. It wasn't he quit on the team when them 5 motherfucking wins was coming. You feel me? It wasn't none of that then. So, and for me, it's tough to be negative towards the team. It don't do me no justice. But I know damn well we got an op on this motherfucking team. And I've been saying it for quite some time, man. I hate to say it. It's just, again, John, you can't run from this no more, bro. It is what it is. You're getting exposed constantly. We do not have a setup system for Lamar. We do not have a setup system for any player on the defense because what McDonald was able to do was utilize who he had on the field and make use of it. No shade towards Zach. Zach did his thing this year. He exceeded my expectations for the most part, but he still can't utilize who he has on the field. This is the same fucking unit that we had last season. the season before with fucking McDonald, with the
Mhm.
exception of Oweh. With the exception of Oweh, yo. And Oweh end up and Fresh got his opinions on it. You know I'm about to talk about Oweh, but I
But here's the thing. Oway was always a complimentary piece, even at his best. He was not like the.
nah, yeah,
We
I
never depended. If you had to depend on Oway to get you sacks, then you gonna have a rough season. He
right.
was like a cherry on the top. Oway started getting in once. Matabike started to shine, and then we picked up Van Noy. That opened things up for Oway. So, like I said, the secondary got better when we got a lowly Gilman. So that was the thing.
Right.
Olway went to the Chargers under the similar system. He's going to shine, but they got way better, superior defensive line in San Diego too. So you can't discount that.
No, I ain't denying that. We got to put out there too, though. Matt BK was a huge loss for us. That definitely stifled Oway production as well. So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Let me shout
So
everybody
so
out, man.
so when you think about that, it's not like that was the old, cause like old Judon was going to get sacks regardless what you did. You know what I'm
You see that? I
saying?
told you they
What you
wasn't gonna get him though. I told you they would. I
Nah, but
told
you
you
let him
they
go
wasn't
to the
gonna get him.
ops though. You let Buffalo get him.
Ain't that some shit?
So
Ain't
so
that
they
some
got
shit?
better records. So we should have had access to old way. We were supposed to have
Nah,
access over Judon than
Judon
Buffalo
dead to me.
because
Judon dead to me. If he going to Buffalo, he's dead to me, bro. He's dead to me. You
or
come to the
Baltimore
ops
never
though.
offer him anything.
I don't give a fuck. You gonna go
And
play for the
then
ops?
if you Judon, you gotta look who has a better chance of advancing. So
Yeah, man. Boy Wonder, man. Shouts out to you, bro. He said Andrews double agent, get him off the team. Eli, what's good, bro?
yeah.
I gotta get you. That's the next live stream with Eli, because me and Eli too also been real quiet and reserved on the season, expecting this. So right now I got my dog Fresh. You feel me? Fresh was the optimistic one, man. He was really feeling like, and on paper, it definitely looked like niggas was supposed to do
Not
something.
if I was very optimistic, I said let it play out.
You right. You right. I'm
I
sorry.
said let it play
You
out
right.
because on paper, but that's because stuff on paper they gotta learn how to mesh with each other. You gotta learn how to play with each other.
I agree.
Mind you, it was a rough start when LeBron went to Miami the first time in that super team. Everybody expected for them to go to the championship, and they fell short. You gotta give it time. Everything you still gotta learn how to play each other. But we just got malpractice on our coaching squad, and it starts at the top in the organization. EDC got to go, cause I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be the same thing if you don't get rid of the GM. I'm sorry. Cause that GM to put this product out there. Harbaugh don't go and sign these players. He got coach for what you provide him with. He got influence, but he don't go. Eric DeCosta does. Cause Eric be like, yo, I know you want him, but look, my money, I'm spending the money and we need this.
Right.
So Eric was responsible. You complain about, and I'm tired of this right now. We gonna address this. Two factors as Raven fans, and I want everybody that's on this live and after to give me an answer. Do you want to start all the way over or you want a new coaching staff? Because if you want a new coaching staff, you're going to have to get rid of the GM too. Or he going to bring people like similar to Harbaugh in. Or or do you want a real fresh start? That means you're going to have to trade Lamar. The only ones you're supposed to really keep, if you're going to start over, the only one worthy to really keep, if you're going to start all the way over, is Kyle Hamilton. That's
Well, Zay, I'm
really
keeping Zay. I'm
right
keeping
now at
Zay
this
too.
point. Kyle
I'm
Hamilton
keeping
is
Zay.
the best thing on the team, besides
Besides
Lamar.
Zay,
But then even
yeah.
that, if you're going to bargain him over, You get three number ones and third and fourth rounder for Lamar, and you're gonna have to get a pivotal piece. Somebody gonna have to lose a pivotal piece to get Lamar.
Listen, we ain't even gonna think like that. We ain't
I'm
gonna
not
go
thinking, but
deep
what
in.
I'm saying, it's been on TV all day. How about
Course,
they
of
trade
course,
Lamar?
of
Because
course,
I'm
they
thinking
want
about
us to
how
lose
come
him. Of
so
course,
one person can't have one rough season every once in a while, and you want them gone? That don't make sense to me.
we gonna get
You want
into
them?
it. Hold up, we
All
gonna get
right,
into it,
go
bro.
ahead,
Let
go
me catch
ahead.
up with these comments. Hold up.
All
He
right.
said, "Boy Wonder said I'm the pessimistic Ravens fan. I had us at 14-3 ceiling, and 11-6 floor going into the season. Chris, shout out to Chris, Flock and Ravens. All I know is John better run me my money. Run me my $5. He cost me my parlay. Just kidding. What's up, Flock and Ravens? They sent my bread back too." For that Lamar and Trayvon injury. Boy Wonder said Marlo is trash outside last year, burnt toast left and right. Boy Wonder, don't do that to my dog Marlo. The offense was foiled by our guards. We're gonna get into it, Boy Wonder. Eli said facts, EDC, Harbs gotta go. Flock and Raven said y'all need to realize John put KV in coverage, bro. My heart dropped to my ass when I saw KV in coverage and the ball went his way. It was gutsy. Uh, EDC sucks. I tried to give him a chance, but he sucks. Brandon Bazel, what's good, bro? You said I know this guy from somewhere. New coaching staff. Boy Wonder said to your question, bro. Chris said, I just want Monken and his minions going. I like Monken. Eli said, I think it'll take a full rebuild from top to bottom, unfortunately. I want Lamar to retire Raven with a ring. Chris said, I want John 72, 77, Rowe, Gilman, and Warhol going. Eli said, Marlon needs to play safety. Fresh, you said that too. Boy Wonder, I don't even need to think about it. Get these coaching staff out of here, I'm sure. But if Harb stayed, trade Lamar, this pairing ain't working. Real talk. We not even gonna feed into the trade conversations. Trust me, I understand them, but I have full confidence. There's no way on this God's green earth Bashadi will choose Harbs over Lamar in that scenario. I highly doubt he would trade his two-time MVP, winning QB, for this motherfucker he was already getting ready to fire before Lamar got here. There's no way. I'm standing on that. So I ain't even gonna talk about the trade talk. Trust me, I understand because I was there a few days ago. I've been there with Fresh a couple times. I ain't mad at it. Y'all don't even want to know what the fuck I be saying off of this bitch.
No, you don't. No, no, you don't, boy. Boy, I
For
had talked that
real,
man
man.
off. He was about to jump out the window a couple times. No, you don't.
Hey man,
Palms real greasy. Like, hold
yeah
on,
man.
soldier.
Pressure always bring me back to reality, though, man. So listen, man, it's crucial he gonna be on for this live because we gonna get into it. I don't even need to think about. Oh, we already said that. You doubt that palm soul tie. Hey, listen, man. It's funny as
I've
shit.
said that too, boy. Wonder that's his best friend, and they live next, and their wives have lunch together and all that stuff.
No, no, boy, wonder. I'm with you, but I I don't think that will weigh in because if that was the case, it wouldn't have been a conversation before Lamar got here. I completely believe for Marlon to sit there, we got to go back. For Marlon to sit there and be that comfortable to say it was a conversation that Harvest was going to be out of here before Lamar came, or while Lamar was here, whatever this timeline was, they were still cool back then. You feel me? So
Mhm.
Bashadi ain't afraid. He's not afraid. And the fact that we ain't had a state of emergency because he know them questions are going to be asked speaks volumes to me. They say he got an extension, but guess what? That coach's contract is never certain. Their contract
No,
is
it's
not like
not.
the players. It could be torn up at any moment. Okay, any moment.
You see what happened to Doug Peterson, right?
That's
And he just signed an extension once the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Year and a half later, out of there.
Facts.
Um,
Uh, yeah. Let's. I want to get into the
you lead the charge,
conversation.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. I want to get into the conversation of the game first before we move on to what's about to take place now. So, any bright spots for the game that you saw, individually, team wise, coaching wise?
Zay's the number one receiver, but he got to get his awareness down.
I agree.
Pat, that's really he got to get some things. You got to accomplish your objective. You have to accomplish your objective. Meaning, it's you got less than a minute left in the game. You got to drive, bro. Either go hurry up, catch the ball, get down, and advance the ball, or try to run out of bounds.
Right,
You trying to do all this juking stuff. Number one, they had you dead to rights. Another thing is you don't have that much time left. So the quicker you get set and get to the next play, the further you can get down the field. He's trying to do too much at the wrong moments. But you cannot say he's not a number one receiver when he's on his second 1,000 yard plus season.
hey man, Boy
No, he's
Wonder.
not no bro. He don't have number two receivers. He got number one receiver stats, bro. As you might not like how it looks, but that's what it is. He
Facts.
he's second straight Pro Bowl, bro. You don't number twos don't go to straight Pro Bowl 2 years straight.
No, and
That's
we're
just what
going
it is.
we're going
Number
further.
twos
Go ahead.
Number two, seldom get 1,000 yard seasons unless you have a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase type situation. That's rare. So he's the number two, and the boy's still young. Some receivers, number one receivers, don't break out until their fourth year. He had a breakout coming in because that's all we ain't had nobody else. I don't want to hear that. He's a solid number two. No, because there's a lot of teams in the NFL right now. He'd be number one.
Facts. And it was at we was just talking about this. At one point, it was a lot of YouTubers sitting there saying the wide receivers that we had 2020, 2021, they wouldn't have been no starters on another team. End up fast forward, Hollywood ended up on the motherfucking Chiefs and in the starting lineup. But then people turn around and say he could be qualified as a I ain't gonna go that far and say he is a qualified to be a wide receiver one. But y'all well, it's fine with Dub and Rashid Rice a wide receiver one. When I've seen Rashid Rice up close and personal at SMU, he is not no damn wide receiver one. Okay, no shade to him. He doing this thing on the Chiefs. I love the kid. You feel me? But if y'all can sit there and give him that type of clout with no fucking stats behind it, low key, other than the Super Bowl, then Zay need to get some motherfucking respect as well. He is our first ever
Hey,
top
do me a
10
favor.
receiver in wide receiver in receiving yards. First ever.
Somebody look up Zay stats right now and
Hey,
his place.
I ain't going
Cause
cap for
somebody
nothing.
say Cause somebody saying like what Eli's saying, I get what he's saying. Eli say he's top 15 to 20. If he top 15, that's number one. It's 32 teams in the NFL. That means they're above average. So
Eli
if he
top
could start,
top
that
10.
means if he in the top 15, that means that he could start for 15 to he could start for 15 NFL teams as the number one receiver. That constitutes as a number one receiver.
Eli.
Okay,
Oh, go ahead.
okay, all right, let's go with this. I don't want to say Ron, ain't he the number one receiver for Detroit? Ain't Michael Pittman number one receiver for the Colts?
Nobody complained about that though.
Well, here's the thing: it would either one of those two be a starting receiver on Cincinnati?
Yeah.
No,
Which one? Michael
and
Pittman
not
and
and not
who?
no number one.
No, not with that
That's
label.
what
I
I
thought you were
mean.
saying starting. I was about to say
No,
they
not
had
starting
fucking Tyler
period. Yeah,
Boyd. I was
start
like, oh,
period.
yeah.
No, but number one, I mean,
Yeah.
no. Cause Pittman, or and I love Almond Red Saint. Well, you know I'm high on him.
Nah,
He
yeah,
not
I think
better than
that's
no.
strong.
He not better than no T Higgins.
No,
No,
no.
exactly. So certain things you saying that's a subjective thing to say. Well, he been number two because guess what? He been number one receiver on Kansas City. He been number one receiver on let me see. He been number one for Miami. He been number one for the Panthers. He been number one for the Saints. He been number one for he definitely been number one for the Browns. He been number one for Washington. Other than Scary Terry, he'd be a 1B on Washington right now.
Hold on. I
He'd be a
love
1B.
Boy Wonder. This ain't no shunning nothing. I love the fact that you standing up for how you feel. I want to
Right.
challenge that though, because this is what a lot of people hate on Zay about. If you give Zay the same targets you give Chase, the same targets you give CD Lamb, I guarantee you this motherfucker will have 1,500 plus yards right now. I guarantee it. I bet 200 on
Probably
it.
but more close 1,700. You gotta think
Easy.
about the Zay getting 1,000 yards on a run first team. You gotta keep in mind those are passing teams you comparing them against.
Right.
He got to get 1,000 yards on a run first team.
And they
You
said it
gotta
couldn't
think
be
of
done.
you gotta think about that and
They said
not
it couldn't
just
be done. Remember they said it couldn't be done. Ain't
they
no
said
wide
it couldn't be
receiver.
done.
Ain't no wide receiver gonna get no real stats in the run first base offense. It didn't happen. Twice. Twice. Well, did they have 1,000 yard season last season?
Who?
Zay.
Yes, they had 1,000 yards.
Yeah, so twice.
And
Yeah,
he
come
made a
on,
Pro Bowl
man.
last year.
Come on, man.
It's
Come
his
on, boy.
second. He back to back. We've never had a receiver. Number one, we never drafted a receiver that made a Pro Bowl as number one receiver.
Right.
Number two, we never had the one that had back to back 1,000 yards receiving. That's another thing. He done broke all those records, bro.
Bazell said coach's contract are fully guaranteed. Though it could be fully guaranteed, but he gonna fully guarantee his ass up out of here this off season. I know that. I know that. Eli said the run game was a bright point. Zay, in my opinion, high end wide receiver too. We already talked about that. I think it's funny everyone still think it's up to the Ravens and the front office to decide if Lamar stays or not. They can throw all the money they want at Lamar, but Lamar is done with Baltimore. That flocking Ravens, I don't think is the case.
I don't
I
think that.
I
I
think
don't
he'll
think
give
that.
them an ultimatum before he's out.
I think this is what it is. Lamar. Because I'm gonna tell you, if Lamar really he been checked out of 3 years ago, if that was the case. What kept
Pardon.
Lamar? Because what people don't know, Lamar didn't plan on coming back to the Ravens. That's why they sent Ozzie to his house. Him and when Lamar went to the Costa office, it came out last summer. Lamar went to the Costa office. They had a big blow up. The Costa told Lamar straight up, like, bro, you haven't won us a ring yet. That I'm not gonna give you no guaranteed contract. Lamar
Right.
said, bet. He went home. He left. He went. They tried to call him 3 days straight. He wouldn't answer his phone. They sent Ozzy down there. When you send the brother down to play cleanup, you messed up. They send Ozzy. When a player disgruntled, they always say Ozzy. Suggs told me this himself. Suggs even said it to Skip. I was on the phone before Skip left ESPN. They asked Skip asked Suggs. He was just like, "Well, why are you leaving?" He was like, "Well, it was I feel my time because it's a new guard going on. I didn't want to get in. You got to read between the line with that." That means that's when that Ravens culture completely left.
Right.
So, and I'm gonna come back to that later. So he was like, Ozzy made me promise him that I was going to resign, and he was on the phone for 2.5 hours with me, begging me to come back. To the point where I fell asleep on the phone. He said this on live television. And you go back look at that interview. That's before Skip. It was the same year Skip left ESPN to go to FS1. And they asked him. It's either that or he was talking to I think it might he was talking to Max Kellerman and Stephen A. One of them.
Right.
But then he changed. He said, "Well, I'm a Raven forever. I didn't feel good robbing the Ravens to get the bag, so I wanted to get one last bag before I retire." Which is it? Which is it, Sizzle?
Right. Well, you know,
Because he
y'all got
changed
to
it
find
later because
something.
he realized he put too much information up there.
Right.
So the thing is that I want what's best for Lamar. I'm a Ravens. I've been a Ravens fan ever since they came. Year after they came. Okay, from the 49ers. So almost 30 years I've been a Ravens fan. All right. Now you gotta think about it. As a Ravens fan, do you want a total rebuild culture change to go back to the Ravens way of football? Or you're gonna get a coach that's gonna get there because Lamar is not like an openly leader. He leads through example and he gets in his own head. So you need a coach that's gonna say, Lamar, you the motherfucker best player, you the best player on this field. So get your head out your ass and go win us this football game. John Harbaugh can't tell Lamar that. He done saved his job twice. He can't tell Lamar that. That's why that's why they said Lamar does what he wants to do in that locker room. They can't tell Lamar nothing. They scared to because they put themselves in that position. Because you didn't do what you needed to do to make sure that every position is secure. Yeah, you talking about he's injury prone. No, he's not injury prone. When you ain't got no line, your offensive line is a glass house. Anybody gonna bust through that.
Right.
So I mean, he should have been. If he was a statue, he'd been all broken up. So this just telling the people that didn't want Lamar there, they coming out the woodwork now. But it's still one season. How many winning seasons this man can give you? Your GM wanting to play money ball and be cheap instead of that line. We didn't need DeAndre Hopkins. We didn't need because
OBJ.
we didn't leave Henry.
We
We didn't
didn't know.
need him.
I said, I
That was a
said
luxury.
we could
That
have
was
kept
that was a
vacating
pick.
Gus.
That was a pick to get the Ravens fans pacified. Because we didn't need him. We still led the NFL in rushing with Gus average. That's to keep y'all passing in the seat for being mad. Because he couldn't get y'all what y'all really want is the number one receiver, the big tall DK Metcalf type dude. So that was a way to shut y'all up. I said that when they did it. Did I not?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That was their whole plan. Odell Beckham to get y'all to shut up. Because they really wanted D Hop firsthand.
And we got D Hop still don't utilize him enough.
Right. And you not even using them. So Hollywood was right. Like, how you gonna want soldiers and you don't use them? But when
And
you
that,
got a talented quarterback like Lamar, you don't need all those weapons. The more talented physically he is, the less weapons you need. You just need people that's going to do their job when the ball throw their way.
right.
You
I
don't
agree.
need all that. There's too many weapons. He buying too much time. When you buying time, any receiver can get open. But if you're a statue, you need all the weapons you need because you only got 2 seconds to get that ball out. You not fast enough to buy time like that.
So that right there is gonna bring us to our next point. And I did my research on this, but before we get to that, let me get to the comments.
All right.
Heather was good. Heather, nice of you to check in. Country Malik was good. Was good. Uh, anybody new to? Yes, Ashley was good. Ashley Twin Yon. All right. So I still gotta hold on. Let me go through the comments first. Look at that. Let me see if they keep John. Lamar needs to remove the no trade clause. Told y'all don't gotta worry about that. Do not worry about that right now. This coaching staff needs to go. All of them. I haven't seen anyone blame Lamar. To be honest, he don't need to be blamed. He don't need to be blamed. Coaching is the biggest problem. They are not prepared. Lamar is sick of carrying the team. O line has injured him. Lamar is sick of playing this season. Uh, we don't need that bum Roquan overplayed clean up dude. We're gonna get on that later. JK couldn't stay healthy with us, unfortunately. Well, actually, it wasn't about that. It was the running back position wasn't necessarily a need for me. We didn't need to bolster up at running back. It helped, you know what I'm saying, for purposes of that duo for Lamar and Henry, but that wasn't a weak point in my opinion. Um, or let's
Hey, you
Lamar.
got troll around here. You got troll. Treasure
Uh,
troll.
Yeah, I ain't paying no mind to that motherfucker. Harv's let Lamar do too much. I'm sorry. You on to something? Any other team D Hop has close to 800 yards for the season, but on Ravens. Yo, Q, what's good, bro? Taurus, I'm about to log into your account so I can block people. Don't look, don't worry. I'll get to them if they really doing too much. The Browns are dumpster fire. We ain't talking about the Browns, nigga. Lamar sucks, nigga. Please. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, let's get you up out of here. Let's get you up out of here. Gotta put you in timeout, little nigga. Gotta put you in timeout. All right. All right. So what I found in my research, right? Before I talk about where we need to go with the coaching situation, I saw something, and I talked to Fresh about this the other night. I saw something that I never paid no mind to until yesterday, and I had to go. I just stumbled on looking upon stats. I didn't care to find it, but it's a dramatic drop off in difference from the RPOs and the play option, pass. What the fuck? Play action. It's a
Mm-hmm.
major drop off from last season to this season. And then if you look at it in totality, from the time Lamar's gotten here up until now, it's a major drop off this season in RPOs and pass play action. Why does that matter? Because that's Lamar's fucking strong suit. That is his bread and butter. RPOs, play action, him doing movement. He is not that stand in the pocket QB. He don't need to do that. He never did. That's not his motherfucking game. You want to get the best out of Lamar, you need to have a open mind. This is word for word what I found out. In order to get the best out of Lamar, your head coach needs to be willing and open minded to change. Okay, they need to be able to adjust. Okay, they need to have a system that is implemented off of personnel, not based off of the fucking person. Okay, they have to have that in place first. Otherwise, this is what we seeing by Lamar having to do too much because we're doing it one way, and when it don't work, it's Lamar way. No, that's not the same accord. That is not a motherfuckers that's on the same page. That's two different systems. This is John's way. This is what I want you to do, Lamar. I want you to do it this way. If it don't work, figure it out as the play breakdown. That's what it's turned into.
Yeah.
That shit don't work. We need somebody that's open minded, with fluid, that can adjust. I want to pinpoint the fucking word like uh um flexible, flexible, flexible. Whoever the fuck if we get, I've got a strong feeling we get rid of Harbs. Whoever the next candidate is, when they turn in their motherfucking resume, okay, we need to have our qualifications set out, okay. That bitch need to have flexible on there, okay. If they can't adjust in game, if they can't adjust on the fly, if they're not willing to challenge the defense, if they're not willing to be innovative, they don't need to be coaching Lamar. And all those qualities I just named, Harps has none of them. None of them. Other than his own way of doing things, but that's still an older style. I just told Fresh earlier today, I heard Warren Sapp sit there and say the defense wins championships is dead. I didn't want to believe it, but that's the case. And why? Because the middle of the field is wide the fuck open. Nobody's scared to come across the middle.
They can't hit nobody. So beyond 5 yards, you can't hit nobody. That's why
Yes,
it's dead.
Denzel, yes. Flexible. Flexible meaning I don't if I see let's put it like this. When Lamar first came into the league, right, nobody knew how to take him, right? Once the league adjusted to how Lamar was playing, right, you need to be able to evolve. You cannot sit there and keep saying, let's take a page from 2021. Let's take a page out of 2023. Let's take a page out of 2024. No, we need somebody that's going to keep evolving flat out. That's not afraid to keep evolving because that's what Lamar is doing. He's not here to be prototypical QB. This is once in a generational talent. It is not happening again. This is no different than trying to sit there and trying to
Oh, what's
minimize.
up, man?
This is no different than trying to minimize the talent that came with coach Allen Iverson. Larry Brown was not getting the best out of Allen Iverson because they didn't put the best around him.
You right.
It's simple as that. Like we done seen the story before. And I'm
The
with y'all
best,
about
the
y'all don't want to
best.
see Lamar go down this lane, and y'all want better for him, but better's going to come once somebody get fired this year or next year.
Here's the thing. Best meaning, not meaning number one receiver, all that. Because if you could win 14, go 14-2 with Willie Snead and you don't need, you just need somebody when that ball gets thrown your way, you need to catch it. Do your job. Tom Brady ain't really had he ain't had number one receivers like that until he had Randy Moss, but that's him coming off his prime. But until he got to Tampa Bay, he was doing it with number twos and threes on other teams.
Right.
So the thing is that what that looks like with Lamar is you need a sensible line. You need a line. Meaning because Marcellus Wiley, if you go back and look at Marcellus Wiley segment when after we played the Browns, that was week 2. He said Lamar has to do too much pre-snap and pro snap for this team to win consistently. That's not fair to him. He's got to do too much because he has to
And
cover too many band-aids on his team.
because
Get him a
there's no
line.
efficient system. And no disrespect to Monka. This ain't no Monka slander. Monka was able to do what he does best, which is help elevate the passing game, which he's done. And he's not opposed to changing what already has worked for him. That's part of what I'm saying about flexible. Monken got the flexible part, but he's not going to take Lamar to where he needs to be because he don't
No,
excel in that department.
no.
That's not his
I'm
fault.
gonna tell you what I always say. Lamar needs to be coached hard. Number one, Lamar needs to be coached hard, and we need a coach that know what playing like a Raven is. We don't have that. That's a good team. They're gonna win a lot of games. More often than not, this year, throw that out. More often than not is winning, but it's not champ because that's not the. No matter like Pittsburgh, no matter who you throw in there, Pittsburgh plays. They never miss their identity. For 80 years, 90 years, it's the same identity. Never been. They try and make Baltimore Ravens to a finesse team. Ain't gonna work. That's not a finesse city, and that's not a finesse fan base. Go to Dallas if you want finesse. Go to San Francisco if you want finesse. Go to LA if you want finesse. But that's not what you're going to get here. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to your question in a second, Flock and Ravens, because you making a good point. But what I'm saying is, you had 2 seasons. Last season, this season, during the draft, you should have been focused on offensive and defensive line. You didn't do it. You still went the best player available, and that's what that got you in this predicament now. Now we're gonna have to rebuild, start over at the same time as Cincinnati, when we should be taking advantage of this time that the Chiefs not in the playoffs.
It's still gonna be a while before they get right, in my opinion. But I know what you mean.
Right, but what I'm saying is we both follow that same suit. You hold on to people too long.
That's
I
EDC
don't
right
think the
there.
change, even if you get rid of hardball, I don't think change is done until EDC either step to a different role or is removed. Period.
When the
Because
last
a
time?
lot of his 90% of this is on him because he went and picked those players up. He did nothing at the trade deadline. The moves he make, that's not make those moves you make. You just getting people that's got released from other teams. Moving and shaking is taking somebody else's prized possession for yourself. Willing and dealing ain't willing and dealing. He was gonna go somewhere. They released him.
Right.
So I don't care about that. Low the hill one was the only go. That was a mid thing. It worked in their favor. That was a mid thing. But how often? Why are you gonna keep using? Because Kyle Hamilton can't be your Swiss army knife forever. Because if you remember, that's how they was moving Ed Reed around when he first. Ed Reed was a tackling machine when he first got to Baltimore.
What you
But
tell
you
me,
keep
bro?
moving around, he
That's
keep getting
why.
injured. All he can do is play free safety and all that. His all banged up. His shoulder was trash. All he had to do was try to pick the ball off. Well, Draymond, that was a good pick. I'm not saying that wasn't a good pick, but what I'm saying
I don't
was
know.
that the best move we could have made, and we need pass rusher and offensive line.
Don't
So
care for it.
that was my whole thing. Um, that I'm saying, and then back to what Flock and Ravens was saying. Like, matter of fact, let me go back and let
Yeah,
me get
yeah.
this
Shout
straight.
out to my dog
So, what do you
Jamal,
think about
man.
the media and fans saying that Harville will have a job if Ravens get rid of him? Yes, no, that's not laughable. He will have a job for 5 minutes because you
Who you
gotta
gonna be
realize
coaching?
the NFL is a good old boy system.
Well, this is true, but who you gonna be coaching?
There's a lot. Trust me. I'll put a grand on it. I'll put a band on it. He'll
I
have a
wouldn't
job
do it.
within 2 days.
Oh
Cause
yeah, I
he's a winning coach. He
wouldn't.
can coach it 18 years. So it's a team that's going to want that. If the media saying it, they know what they're talking about. All these people in the running the same circles. How you
True.
not knowing if some of these teams these GMs be talking to these coaches and other teams in the all season, try to get them away because it's hard to find a winning coach. It's no guarantee if we get somebody from college that they're going to be successful. Lamar needs a coach that been there before, Belichick or like Rex Ryan. That's
See,
going to
but
say,
but
hey, because really you don't really need a coach Lamar as far as X and O's.
see, but this
You
is my
need a
own.
coach as far as saving from himself.
But this is my only concern. Bill Belichick is set in his ways. I don't think he's going to be willing to adapt to how Lamar is as a player. I don't believe that. Now Rex, he might be a little more flexible to adapt to Lamar's play
Rex
style, but
love him.
I know he does. But I don't know if he has the offensive guru guru type mind that I think we need to get the best out of Lamar. Team wise, I love him. But
Oh, Chris,
Lamar
hey, Chris
development
talking about she
wise,
got
I
the
don't know.
power. What you She-Ra, you He-Man now, Chris? You She-Ra now, you got the power. Hey,
Uh,
Flocking, hey, we gonna get to that because I told Torres last night about if the Ravens trade Lamar and if they trade Lamar, look for a QB, look for Cleveland to get rid of Shador and look for Dion being the coach
I was about to say
and
because
coaching his son
I about to say
and
Deion
being Ed
said that's
Reed
the only
being
way.
defensive coordinator.
I about to say Deion said that's the only way he would coach the Ravens is if not the Ravens. That's the only way he would coach an NFL team is if he coaching his sons. So it's not happening. with Lamar. But
Right, but what I'm saying, if
what
that's
could
the
happen with
scenario,
Shador, but
if you want to say, if you want to get, because if you trade Lamar, you're gonna have number
exactly.
one, half the people who got season tickets, they're gonna automatically sell their tickets. That's a wrap. You might have a ride in the city. That's another thing. You're gonna have people protesting at the cat. I'm telling you, it's not going to end. Now you got some people that didn't want Lamar there first. They happy right now. They talking and flocking. I've been the last 3 days. All I see on my timeline and the Ravens chats on Facebook. Facebook is a cesspool. I want to add. All they talking about Lamar sucks, or he quit on his team. He sucked, or this is your one dude says this your king is a quitter. This is your God. I said my
Hold,
God is Yahweh, buddy.
hold on.
Well, what are you talking about?
P. McFarland, they said that's a system issue or a scheme issue. But I want to talk about what Fresh just was talking about the cesspool and all that shit. I want to talk about this motherfucker Akeem Talib talking about some fucking football gods on
Yeah,
why
that's
Lamar. Are you fucking like the fact that first off, I'm thinking that this is a professional or even a little legit podcast. It ain't gotta be professional with suits and ties and shit. But y'all up there saying nigga right there with fucking Skip there is crazy to me. But
yeah, that's crazy.
away
That's
from that,
crazy.
yeah, it is. Away from
That's
that.
crazy.
Why how on God's earth do y'all call yourselves players and then an analyst up there too, and you gonna let Akeem Talib say some old fool ass shit like that? This motherfucker had no stats behind it other than Tom Brady to sit there and say that's why you should be going to OTAs, motherfucker. That's like saying because I don't go to the Christmas parties for my damn job, I shouldn't. That's probably why I'm not getting a fucking raise. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Are you fucking kidding me? I found out that the OTAs didn't even start until the late 80s, early 90s. Okay. So what the fuck was Joe Namath and motherfucking Steve Young doing when they was winning their shit? Was the fuck they doing OTAs? No. Tom Brady is a geek, and that's what his strength was in order for him to be successful was being in the book. He didn't have athleticism Lamar had. He didn't have the arm strength Lamar had. He didn't have the elusive pocket awareness Lamar had. Because I guarantee you, if he did, he wouldn't have been in the fucking books like that. He would have went out there and fucking performed. However, they said LT was on fucking drugs, tearing motherfuckers up.
LT was high on crack doing it. He said it, and
Like,
he
come
came
on,
out
what are we
there and
talking about,
performed.
yo?
He
What are
was
we
in that
talking
back. He
about?
lived in that backfield.
Fucking
LT
Clint
said I was
Portis,
so high on crack. Them games, I come up there. He was like, yo, he was a one man working crew.
fucking Clint Portis said he was drunk when he had one of his best games of his career. Marshawn Lynch. Like, what are we talking about? OTAs? Lamar not going to OTAs got everything to do with us having bad juju and not winning the fucking Super Bowl. But not this motherfucker Harbs, though, right? Not Harbs, though, right? We done
Yeah, D-Bang,
legit
I
had
said the
low key
same thing.
offensive coordinators under John Harbaugh, and not one person cares to say it's John Harbaugh's fault. Lamar's dealing with all this.
Yeah, that's
Y'all some suckers, dog. Y'all. That's why they know who to put up on there and promote on them fucking sports shit.
so. So
They
here's
know
our
who to
thing.
put up
So
there.
so I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave to be crying when Skip slip up and call him the N word and he ain't feeling it because
Yeah,
that's how by them acting like that. That's how Skip and Shannon fell out because Skip felt he could say stuff to him that nobody else gonna say or wouldn't have better common sense to say. So he gonna feel bolden. You gotta watch what you say to people because you can't keep moving that line back and forth. Once you cross that threshold, hey, be prepared when it come back at you. That's
yep,
all I got to say.
yep. Because it was
Yeah.
unnecessary. I'm like, did he just say that in front of
So
Skip?
so so look, Lamar is this. Lamar, I'm gonna tell you why he's a good person, because if it was all what he said it is, he would been left. But what's keeping Lamar in Baltimore and why he was, because that was a bad. I don't care what nobody said. The real truth come out. That negotiation went left real quick. What happened was Lamar is conscience is like he made a promise to the city that he will win him a Super Bowl, and he's a man of his word. Now, how many people been in relationships where they stayed in a relationship longer than what they should have because of gratitude for that other person for what that person had done for them in the past? I've been in two relationships like that. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna try to work it out because she helped me when we first started. She helped me get through a situation. But people mutate and change. And so you gotta realize you more than double your pay for that gratitude. I had to realize I paid that gratitude back tenfold. Yeah, the first year you paid for half of everything, and then 3 years later I paid for 100% of everything. So why do I still owe you gratitude now? No, Lamar be like, you know what? I still got 12 years left. Let's say if he played a 40. I still got 12 years left, bro. I want to win. So I want a fresh restart where I could get. It took Drew Brees that. Drew Brees left us change the scenery.
I told you how I feel, bro. Lamar ain't leaving, but I know what you're saying.
No, I don't. Nobody wants. I don't want him to leave, bro.
No, no, I know what you're saying though. I know what you're saying though.
Because
If
crime
there
goes
was that
down
scenario,
on Sundays in Baltimore when Lamar is playing.
right?
But Detroit loves Lamar too, and I heard they been backdoor try to make a work a trade. They was like, if y'all decide y'all want to trade, hit your boy up, hit him up. They only can spit between the lines because they can get trouble for tampering. But I've been hearing on the streets people say, look, hey bro, name your price, bro. It'll be a trap meet if Lamar play on be on Detroit. You wouldn't be able to stop him. And NFC, Lamar will run through the NFC, bro. Guaranteed. I'm just saying, Ravens fans, be careful what you wish for. Because I've
Right.
told you from the jump. Yeah, they got the dome too. Lamar don't do cold weather. I think he's anemic or something, to be honest with you. Like he has a health condition y'all don't know about. But anyway, be
Listen,
careful
man,
what
y'all
you wish
killing me with
for.
this
Cause
trade.
I
Y'all
said
killing
that
me in
they
the
can't handle a
comments.
superstar. They can't handle a superstar Baltimore. You need above average QB there and good offensive, defensive line and running game, and some decent receivers to win in Baltimore. You know, you proven you cannot handle a superstar personality. They can't handle that because
Dre,
number one, they're taking
I
advantage of him and
agree.
wanting him to do too much because he can do too much. So, but Shadi, I bet Eric DeCosta bonus was big last year. Football is a business too now. You don't think they don't get bonuses and kickbacks for keeping that salary cap at a certain number?
I mean, that's fine. But guess what? Ain't shit moving unless eight here. Okay? Harbaugh don't bring in the numbers. Zach Orr don't bring in the numbers. Derrick Henry don't bring in the numbers. Don't nobody bring in the numbers except eight. And what eight says goes. Okay?
Yo, you do
That's
know
for
if you go
everybody
back
in the
check the
chat.
numbers, Lamar numbers quadruple Ray Lewis's numbers. Man, Ray Lewis had some numbers. He's the reason him and Reed was the reason why they watch the Ravens. But most people don't want to watch football for defense.
Right, not no more. Not no
Now,
more.
now, Ravens fans don't complain. You get rid of Lamar. Don't complain that why the Ravens don't have win and they don't have prime time games. Don't complain why the media they barely want to talk about us now. Don't complain why it'll be back to the Flacco years. Don't complain. Don't complain. I don't want to hear it. You cannot, yo. The next quarterback, I don't want to hear. I want Lamar to call Ray, but I told you that's my family.
That's what's going. Listen, man. This
But
just as it happened. When I kept telling Fresh, this season got real 2022 vibes for me. Not early on, not middle. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the fact that Tyler Huntley starting. I'm talking about the fact that Lamar hurt right now. You feel me? I'm talking about the fact that we dealing
great.
with. I'm talking about the fact that we dealing with the shit with the front office and Lamar disconnection. I think this is prime time for Lamar to speak up, as I've been trying to tell and get out the message. You got to save the team, yourself, the franchise, everything, bro. You can't just not say nothing, bro. Tell Bashadi I'm leaving if you don't get EDC and motherfucking Harbaugh the fuck up out of here, okay? I don't know when the last time or the first time we've heard EDC get an extension, but I haven't heard it in quite some time. So I don't think EDC's spot is guaranteed either for some strange reason. You feel me?
But
It always felt like Ozzy was going to be here for the long haul. I don't feel that way with Eric. And there's no disrespect because there's been times where I applaud Eric, even this off season, with how he handled himself with certain picks in the draft. But the fact that you allow a lot of these players that you invested time and picks and resources in and didn't want to trade up for, you allow some of these players to go unnoticed or disgruntled or don't be utilized or don't get the best out of them. And guess whose hands it's always in? Harbaugh. And you let him run amok. So you just guilty by association. And this is where you come in, Lamar.
he
The
picked
more
that
you don't
team
say
though.
something, I agree. The more you don't say something, Lamar, you're going to be held guilty by association, and they're going to nitpick at what you haven't done versus what you have done. Okay, it sucks.
Too respectful as a person, and it's to his detriment. And he's a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. You're a nice guy. Nice people get beat up on the most because we allow too much stuff to go down. We don't nip stuff in the butt quickly because we want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But we live in a wicked world where we can't give everybody the benefit of the doubt. It's just what it is. Either we don't want to be called an asshole, but it seems
Right,
like assholes is winning in this world,
right. I
and
agree.
it's messed up because I'll never be that, but it's just the truth. So if Lamar acted like Baker Mayfield right now, Lamar would have a line.
Right,
If he bitched him on, he would have a line. He would have all that because
because
they're only gonna
that's
let
what
you
the
get
great ones
away with.
do. That's what the great ones do.
Yeah,
Motherfucking
he would have had a
Kobe
line
had to
because he
do it.
was told I'm not coming back unless my line
Kobe
right.
Kobe threatened them. Kobe threatened the Lakers if he didn't get help, and then they got Paul Gasol. And this was after Shaq. So I ain't saying he got to do that. Stop at the motherfucking contract. Go all the way, Lamar. Go all the way. You made motherfucking Harbaugh have to eat his words and speak on why you asked for a trade to your contract. Make that motherfucker speak on why he on his way out. Okay? It don't matter
And
now.
it goes
The gloves is off, bro.
another reason Lamar don't have nobody. That's why you need a team because you
Speak
gotta
on
have
it, bro, because you've
somebody.
been saying this. You've been
I've been
saying
saying
this.
he need
Speak
a
on it.
team. I said he need a sports soccer. He need a coach that's going to coach him hard because Petrino coached him hard, and he got and guess what Lamar's best Heisman should have been two-time Heisman. He coached him hard. He's too nice. People need somebody rugged in their ear to get the best out of them.
You
Because
gotta
number
balance
one,
that
nice
out.
people is so conscientious. Yo, I gotta be better. Lamar takes too much of the credit when shit goes bad. He takes too much of the accountability when you shouldn't, bro. You need to be pointing fingers. So I said, I know he's grown. When he said, yo, I'll pull them games and the stuff out. We need to focus. But Lamar, you should have did that at the beginning of the season. You see what I'm saying? You need, and then the Ravens not drafting Raven-minded players, and I ain't talking about defense. I'm talking about dogs. They drafting y'all, yes men and young boys. Half, and what I'm hearing, half of them dudes not even the offense and defense don't even want to come back next season. They done already said it.
You can see it. You
They
can
don't
see
want
it.
to come back, so they're gonna have to rebuild regardless.
That's what I'm
Bateman ain't
saying.
coming back. I'm telling you now, and he already resigned. He not coming back. He's
Ashley,
not. He's
yo,
checked
twin,
out.
I told you he checked out, twin. I
He
told
done
you he
already
checked
checked out.
out.
Cause Bateman used to cry when he ain't getting the balls much or whatever. He notice when the person don't say nothing, that means they done.
Yo, likely
Likely said
comments.
the team is ass, we ass. Right now, he
I,
didn't say the team was ass. He said we're playing ass.
I didn't take no offense to what likely said. I hate the fact that likely season went the way it did, not just on his own fault at times, but the fact how Ravens played with his targets and his availability in a sense, just to put Kolar to the front and pay Mark. I didn't understand. I never understood the urgency in paying Mark.
All
I
they
wasn't
did give
against.
Mark Likely's
I
contract. They
wasn't
gave
against
Mark
it.
Lee Mark the contract they were trying to give Likely. Likely
So
said no.
where
I
was
need at
Mark
least
going though?
18 million.
Where was
Huh?
Mark going though? Where was Mark going though? That's my thing.
Well, he had
Where
some
was Mark
suitors.
going?
Cause I
Was
heard
that
Kansas City was trying to get him.
so he was going to be a free agent this offseason? What you saying?
Yeah, I heard Kansas City was gonna get him. Said they know
I
Kelsey
wouldn't have gave two
retiring.
fucks. I wouldn't have gave two fucks. Me personally, if I know I didn't get where I need to be with contract negotiations with likely, I'm not going to sit there and say I'm going to keep motherfucking Andrews as security. I know they did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's not the
Bro, and
case,
they give him
but
Kohler
I don't
a part of
understand.
Likely snaps. Then they gave Kohler a part of Likely snaps. Snaps.
Right.
So what's that?
I'd seen that from early on in the season. When they said like it was coming back and he was on his way back, the first game he played that he was supposed to be back, he didn't get not one target, not one catch. How y'all think I know? Because I had him in my parlays thinking that he was going to do something. And I said, now why the
But I'm
fuck
gonna
is
be
K-Rock
honest.
getting touchdown?
I'm gonna be honest. What they're gonna do with Likely, they're gonna give him the franchise tag.
Nasty work.
First, I thought they was gonna get Lindenbaum the franchise tag. Cause remember in the beginning, I said let Lindenbaum walk. He's good, but I would rather have Likely, cause they can draft another. They could draft another center. But now it's like they're gonna give him a franchise tag. But really, they should be using Likely. Likely is really that ex receiver we've been wanting for years. They're just not using him. All he had to do lose 10 pounds.
What you said the key word. They're not using him right. And this is again what I'm saying about we need a head coach that's flexible and that has an open mind when it comes to concepts, schemes, personnel, all that shit when it comes to running the offense, yo. An offensive genius. Okay. If it gotta come from college, I'm fine with it. The only other person that they said that I seen that's supposed to be somewhat helpful for what we're looking for is Ben Johnson. I don't know nothing about him. Maybe Clint Kubiak, but as good as that sounds, I think he'll limit Lamar too. Not purposely or nothing, but I told you the highest suitor that they
You
said based
need a
on,
coach that's gonna let Lamar be Lamar
but it's
and
more than
save
that
him
though,
from
bro. They gotta have
himself.
an official offense though, bro. They gotta have an
Right,
offensive
but the
mind,
thing
bro.
is that you don't think Rex is not gonna Rex is gonna hire somebody who's an offensive group. He is not trying to deal with no offense.
Okay. Well, yeah. With
Rex
that
gonna
being,
deal with
I'm
the
glad you said that.
defense.
With that
He's
being
gonna
said,
so he gonna get shit. Rex might reach out to Steve Smith. Hey, I want you to be offensive coordinator because Rex don't recognize the coaching trees. Rex don't care nothing about that. I want the best that's gonna grow my what's called. But you need somebody that's gonna stay for a while. because now we getting these coordinators that they only coordinators so they can get their coach. And when you got a player like Lamar, you trying to groom a quarterback, you need somebody that's going to stay there for a while and be consistent. And that's part of the reason we want people who want to vie for a coaching staff. And you know why I know I'm talking about? Because they let both Roman and who else at the time was taking coaching jobs, interviewing for coaching jobs. And guess what happened? They fell short because worrying about trying to be superstars.
You talking about Roman?
2019.
That
Instead
was
of
Roman.
Roman. So
Yeah, that was Roman.
instead of them Roman and Wink, instead
Yeah.
of them worrying
Yep.
about
Yep.
game planning, because y'all could have just took those jobs. You say, hey, wait, after the season, we'll take those interviews. If they don't want to wait, then that wasn't a coaching job for me. But my job is the task at hand. So they had no intention of staying with their team long term. They're trying to get a coaching job. I understand that, but if you want to win a championship, because that was part of the reason why they had 23 days is too long to come trying to come and perform at an optimum level.
Right.
They had 23 days off. Mind you, Lamar didn't even practice for that. Not he ain't had to play the game. He ain't practiced for that last game of the year. So he was off all that time. And you can't be that young and be off that much time.
Right.
So like I said, I would do at least a Rexel, at least till you find. We don't need no college just trying to get their chops unless you're going to start over from a blank canvas. Then go ahead and get you, because that coach can grow as you grow that team. That coach can grow with it. But if you're just trying to get rid of the coaching staff and retain a lot of your talent and just trying to retool, then going college or new is not the way. You need somebody that's been in that locker room before, that know what the Ravens way. Because even Ravens fans, they want Ravens football back and they want to win. That's the best way. You're not going to get Ravens football if you don't get people that's been there before to know what Ravens football is. Because this is not Ravens football. I haven't been Ravens football for some time. I don't give
Right.
a damn what y'all say. This is not
Now,
Ravens football.
now, it's got to be said because I don't want anybody in the future watching these videos. And shouts out to D Banks too. I'm gonna get to what you were saying too. But anybody in the future watching these videos, uh, Ed Reed is off the table just on the strength. He said he wants to be able to coach his son, which he hasn't started the season yet. I don't believe so. I know he's looking forward to doing that, but even away from that, Ray Lewis, I don't think he could be in play. He
Ray Lewis
could be
be a
in
great
play.
GM. Ray Lewis not the coach thing, because his superstardom, and part of the problem Dion was having, it's because his superstardom is way bigger than what his coaching ability is. Not to say because he is a great coach, but what I'm saying, people jealous of his superstardom. You're a superstar in the NFL, so you expect you don't come in college and be a superstar here too? They hating on him. So he and I ain't getting a fair shake because he's just been superstar in two sports. All that, the bigger the star you are, the more they hate.
Right.
So Ray Lewis, because he's so locked in with Bashada, he would make a great like all front office, because he's gonna draw players there because it's Ray Lewis.
You know what?
Teams
That's
gonna
a
want
that's
to
a
talk to him because it's Ray Lewis.
that's a fine setup. So let's just try to take these bits and pieces and shit. So I still feel like to eliminate the concern you talking about, the coach, not for the head coach position, but offense or defensive coordinator, they have to be able to excel with working with the personnel that they have. I don't want to see nobody having to rely heavily on free agency. I want somebody that has a system that's going to be able to be efficient no matter who is out there. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because that's going to matter for what we're trying to do right now.
right.
And to D Bank's point, I'm fine with older if it's Rex at head coach or an ex Ravens player at head coach. But now I'm starting to understand it more. When it comes to offensive coordinator, I'm going to lean towards the younger, and I would
Oh yeah,
love,
yeah, yeah.
I would
But you got
love. the head coach. They said it can happen, but I would love. I just told Fresh I would love the head coach from USC. Okay, we need somebody that's going to be able to work well with the RPOs and the play action with Lamar. We need that. We need that, and they said that motherfucker is great. Look how fucking Caleb turned out. You feel me?
Yeah.
We need somebody that can work with that, yo, and that's not stuck in their own ways. That's willing to evolve with the lead, flat out. Because if they're gonna evolve with the lead, they're gonna evolve Lamar. They
I would
got to.
say I would say him. Where Cliffsbury at right now?
Is he in Arizona?
Nah, he's gone.
Saints?
But
Is he
what
on the
I'm
Saints?
saying, if you're gonna go that route, offensive quarter, I said we want Ravens football. I want Ravens football back.
Dre,
I want players that's gonna go hard. I want them to be in each other's face. You don't see you got half of the team like half of the team. I don't care. Yo, imagine if we had wide receivers that got Zay mindset. Zay has a mindset of a Raven. Now he
right?
does the wacky stuff, but I don't fault him that because he ain't do
No,
nothing. He got the same intensity as Steve Smith had. And Steve Smith played like a Raven, but he didn't start off as a Raven, but he has that mentality.
they said Kingsbury on the Commanders.
Hmm. So my thing is that we need somebody that's going to bring that intensity to the team.
Dre,
You
the
know what I
numbers
mean?
is
It's
there.
like because they gotta play AFC North, man. That he somebody need to get in here. You need somebody. Hardball. Notice Hardball don't jump on superstars. He jump on
No,
the role players.
you damn right. I never
There's too
forget
many
when they
stories I'm
said
hearing former players talking about Hardball treated them like shit.
the one player, the one tight end, I forget his name, something Daniels. He came from JMU. He said Harb should talk to him crazy. You feel me? But to your point too, Dre, the play action being utilized, it is the lowest it's ever been since Lamar rookie year because
Now,
Joe was starting.
somebody said about Zay
Think,
making
think, think
mistakes.
about that.
Yeah. That's a big, but that's on them. You can't run play action. You ain't got time to. You're not blocking.
86 Ghosts, that's right. Because they got this is what I'm saying about the coach has to be flexible and willing to evolve. If they're not willing to challenge themselves, which is why I'm advocating for this USC motherfucking head coach, at least if me turning the OC, fuck. You feel me? We need somebody that's gonna keep trying to fine tune ways to make it better. All right, well, last year we did this. Let's do something different this year. We need that. That's what Lamar needs. You got to keep Lamar on his toes. Got to, like Fresh just said. It's challenging him. It's different ways to challenge Lamar. You got to.
Right. And he wants that. It's not like he run away. He wants
If your
that.
child, if you, to your point, bro, if your child, if your niece, nephew, cousin, whatever, had a super elite brain, you're not just gonna keep giving them motherfucking coloring books all day, yo. They're gonna
Yeah,
get
you not.
bored. They're gonna get bored. And then you find stupid shit to do, like go get food 3 a.m. in the morning. Hey, hey, you like I did that. You go do stupid shit like go to food trucks high in the morning because you know ain't nothing gonna happen. You know nothing's gonna be said. There's no repercussions. Because what is the coach going to say to me? You know what Brady said? Belichick used to always make the example out of him, and he used to get pissed off about it. But you know why? Because if I let you get away with it, everybody else going to do it.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
Hardball can't coach that thing. Hardball can't pressure Lamar because he saved his job. Now to the point. Harbaugh could have put Joe in that first playoff game against the Chargers, and they will mess that Lamar mindset up, and then we'll run into a who I was talking about the other night that Jeff Fox messed up. Um Vince Young.
Yeah, yes, yes,
But
yes,
Vince
yes, yes.
Young, what Lamar is now, Vince Young was supposed to be that. That's probably the best college player I've seen before.
I agree. I
This
agree.
man single-handedly beat USC.
I agree because I can't name that one wide receiver on his team that year. So I agree.
The running back.
I don't know who the running back. I don't know who that was.
Nah, and you can't have somebody to weaken his mindset. So he gave Lamar a boost. That's why the second year he came and won. If they had did that, you think Lamar would win MVP that next year? If Harbaugh would set him down for Flacco, it would destroy his confidence. So Lamar, I think Lamar feels like he has to support him because of that too, because he believed in him where everybody was about. But then you can't fault that man. Number one, how do you not change your game plan when you played the team 2 weeks beforehand and you try to run the same game plan? Of course they're going to adjust to it. It's an
This
NFL
is what I'm
team.
saying about the flexible shit. You not willing to adjust
That
in
was
game.
done. So
You
you
think,
put that
and
young man in the worst situation possible.
I'm glad you said that. The next coach too, along with those qualities, they gotta be analytic as well, yo. Okay, they have to be. Harb say that shit, but he really not. Because if you really was, you would have kept Henry in that fucking game. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's a
saying?
this
That's what I'm
that was
saying.
that was a
So
malpractice. That was coach a malpractice because here's
so
the
the next
thing.
one got to be analytic as
That
well.
was the thing. Yo, Henry, yeah, I understand you. They was stopping that when they start. It got to a point in the game. They was stopping that when they was rotating, and Keaton wasn't getting the yards that he was getting. So you put Henry in to beat that defense up that was getting tired. But then when they get a big stop or something like that, that momentum switch, yeah, all of a sudden they got boost of energy.
86 Ghosts. That'll be cool. 86 Ghosts. Listen to me. Real shit. That will be fine. But this is how stuck in his ways he is. Once he see that shit ain't working, he don't go ask Chat GPT again. What do I do now? This is the situation. What do I do, Chat PT, GPT? He lean on his own understanding, and he be wrong every time. Every time.
I want to know why John went and met at the White House with Trump. Something's fishy. Something's fishy.
I think it got something to do with the way that the season went. No, it ain't the first time
No, ain't the
tomorrow at
first.
all.
He's been doing coaching malpractice since Flacco got there.
He said AFC Championship game should have been John's last day, never running the ball against trash
Yeah.
money. That should have been his last motherfucking season with the Ravens, okay, if we're being honest. But we knew the fix was in because to this day, I be asking Fresh about this shit. What the fuck is an administrative timeout? What is an
Vegas
administrative
called.
timeout? I have still
New
never
York
in my
called.
life seen
Vegas called New
another.
York. New York called there and said, hey, now. No, I don't think Diddy got nothing to do with that. It been a slippery situation.
Lamar, yeah, Lamar would have slipped outside that damn knee tackle
But,
or whatever the fuck
but
they
he not
were.
doing that. No, that's no. It's administrative time. You know, the last time I heard administrative timeout when
We
the
still
lights went
haven't
out
heard
in
of
New
it.
Orleans.
We haven't heard of it since then. No, there's no
Mm-mm.
situation where we heard of another administrative timeout since that time happened.
They know that game was great. Get ahead of them, and they were about to mess up their Taylor Swift money. Taylor Swift had bought 77 million new NFL viewers to the NFL that year.
Right.
Her whole fan base. They saw the number. Hey, we got to switch that narrative. That's why they switched who's going Super Bowl. We got to switch that. They're about making money. It's a business.
Administrative timeout is supposed to be a ref or a league called timeout. 86 Ghosts, I've never seen that ever in my life watching football. I have never seen that since that happened watching football.
That's when
So
it said ref for the league called timeout. The league called that team and said, "Hey, hey, 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 hey," because the ref was out of hand that game too. The referees was out of hand that game too. They was holding that whole game. Nobody called it.
they said they call it when refs get hurt.
I ain't see a
Bazel,
ref
I've
get
never
hurt.
seen. I don't even think I need an explanation, Bazel. Ask Chat GPT what happened during that timeout or what was the timeout for, because I don't think none of those was the reasons.
Yeah, when the NFL fell off when they started, but even before Vegas got totally control when you was doing DraftKings and stuff, online betting it started to get out of hand.
Fresh said that too when it first happened, but I don't remember seeing no damn drone.
It was a drone out there. It was a drone. It could have been a distraction though.
That too. I don't know. It was just suspect because we had the momentum and Lamar suspiciously went down. Or was that did that happen with the he caught his own interception or some shit?
It happened after that.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's what makes it strange. If it was just an
If
administrative
he didn't
timeout
get
before the play,
tackled,
all right,
he was
cool.
gonna hit his head on the goalpost.
He said it wasn't no drone all year. That's the shit I'm talking about, yeah.
He said the person who was flying the drone actually got fined for flying over the stadium. It was a local news story, Baltimore.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
know
who
all that.
sent that person doing that? Who sent the person?
Yeah, that too, P. McFarland. He went down on one play for no reason. That's what I thought the administrative timeout was, but no, it was the pet popped up ball and shit. But that was suspect too, P. McFarland. That was suspect too. All that
Man,
shit.
look, look. And I'm gonna ask y'all a serious question. The NFL, right? The NFL is a multi-billion-dollar, almost $1 trillion industry. Okay. Yeah. Well, they need to throw him in the harbor then. If it ran a Baltimore, throw him
Nigga cost
them
us
dirty fish,
nigga cost us a Super
and
Bowl.
cigarette butts and crab shells. Throw him in the harbor, cause you messed everything up, messed people momentum up. But anyway, be honest with yourself. Would you do? Would and that's why he need a team. If you're going to get fronts, get the ones that you could take on and off. Wear them on your on when you at for the game or something when y'all win or but when you're a face of a franchise, and see that's why they'll let you play it and be successful gaming, but I'm gonna call you the face of the league. Lamar not just a face of a franchise; he's one of the faces of the league, but
Right.
should be the face of the league. But you can't be having fronts in your mouth and doing all that because you got people like Acho try to be the good little, you know, the acceptable one. Well, we shouldn't act like and Lamar straight from the trenches. So if Lamar gets the accolades that Mahomes has, you have to give more kids like him that's in the trenches opportunities.
Right.
And that takes away opportunities from the kids who play the politics of going to college, going to the league. It takes away from that.
He said Lamar gotta earn this shit just like anyone else.
Earn like what?
I
What are you
I
talking
I
about?
agree with that too. What you mean, D Banks? I agree. I agree with you, D
Earn
Banks.
what?
I didn't hear the context of what you heard.
Oh, you talking about yeah, token. Alto is a token.
No, he said I disagree. Lamar gotta earn this shit just like anyone else. Like I didn't know you were saying Lamar One is supposed to be given to him or something. What you mean?
I ain't see. I think these are permanent, dog. 'Cause I ain't seen Lamar without him for the last year and a half, without him out of his mouth. He playing it now. I wouldn't be no, bro. When you're have been in the corporate America, what you do on your off time is what you do. But when you representing a Rashad is
Ah,
not is old money. You can't
go ahead, finish your point, bro. But I want to get the D
no,
Banks and Agency's
but
go.
see, no, see, he got what I'm saying. Now he gotta earn it, but earning part of it is just like you have to represent these franchises some sort of way. You can't be in somebody's job looking however you want to look. You gotta present yourself a certain way. It's wrong, because I've been victim of it. But that's the truth. That's what business is. So
So
yeah, because but the Jalen Hurts is a company man. I'm not
yeah, I was
saying
about to
being a
say,
company man.
I was about to say
Jalen Hurts,
because
that's the poorest excuse.
me and Fresh already talked about this.
That's the poorest
Jalen
excuse.
Hurts.
The Hurts a
Nope.
company man. We're not
No,
talking about the he
I get
not
what
a
you're saying,
token,
D
but
Banks.
he's a company man. He
I see
not
what you're
gonna make
saying,
too
D
much
Banks.
noise.
We ain't turning this into no race issue. I
Well, we're
mean,
not doing
he got
that. We're
signs
talking
of it,
about
but
it's a class issue. Well, it's a class to a certain it is and it ain't. But what I'm saying ain't gonna stop him. But what I'm saying is he already know he already has to go through the language barrier because he has a thick Floridian accent. You already got to deal with that, and you doing with that. It's like you got Waka Flocka Flame representing your franchise, the old Waka Flocka. Or you got Kodak Black representing. If Kodak Black was the quarterback
hold
of your
up,
team,
hold up. I like what D Banks saying. Hold up, bro. I want to dive into this real quick. D Banks is not that, and Chris, this goes with yours too. So Tyler Huntley didn't have no grills, right? Tyler Huntley wasn't wearing no motherfucking grills. But you know what I've been saying lately? Tyler Huntley on fucking commercials because he got his fucking teeth done and his teeth all fucking
right,
white now. Okay.
right.
Now you can say what you want. The only exception right now for real is fucking Justin Jefferson, who I ain't gonna go too much into it, but he already chose his side on what group he supports. And that's fine. But when we talking about corporate America, like bro said, Chris, I hear what you saying, but in my field, plumbing, I can vouch. It ain't too many situations where I've been in Texas where they accept how you look. It ain't too many. Not saying they won't give you a job and let you do your job and say, leave, get the fuck out of our face. But it's a difference when you come correct and let's say I got a group of employees that walk around with no shirt tucked in, and it's a bunch of Mexicans and maybe a few white guys and an Asian guy, but they all walk around with their shirts untucked. The moment I tuck my shirt in, they're gonna sit there. I've had this happen. They're gonna sit there and say, make a little joke. Who you think you is? Why would you think you better than this because you tuck your shirt in? Or they won't say it, but they'll start doing it as well because it make them look bad. I'm just putting out there with Fresh saying the perception, a lot of
The
times,
perception.
the
I've
perception
been
a
there.
lot of times it is there. It's no different than stereotypes. We won't acknowledge it all the time, but the perception is the fuck there sometimes, yo.
It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there. And I'm gonna tell you, being in corporate America is there. You worked in the healthcare system before as a plumber. I worked in the healthcare 15 years as a director. They did not want me to have a beard and all that. But
I
when
agree.
beard got acceptable and mainstream, that's when they start being lax on beards. For the longest time, they were you can't wear it. You got to cut that. They got certain. You got to cut that down, Doug.
They told me before I could get into the union, I never joined the union. But to your point, Chris, I hear what you're saying, Chris, and I agree with
I
you. But I've been told by the plumbers union in Philadelphia, in order for me to work for them, I got to cut my beard. They said we don't care if you Muslim. I don't want to hear none of that. I'm like, so what my beard got to do with being cut off then? Well, we want you to look a certain way. Do you understand what that means? We
Right.
want plumbers to look a certain way when you walking in these people's houses. We don't want them to feel uneasy or less welcome because we feel like you might look like a threat with all your shaggy hair. It ain't nothing I'm saying. This is what these corporate companies will tell us. Black men. They don't even know you black men. I was probably maybe the third black person in that class for that plumbers union that year. But I'm just saying, in general, for me, I've heard this directly towards me before. I can't speak on everybody else. I'm just saying, I've heard this shit before. Okay, I'm not saying it's right, but there are labels they will stereotype on you if you don't have a clean face, shaven face. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
And I'm gonna take it further. Part of the reason Rex didn't get the job in Baltimore because Bashadi wanted a corporate acting person. And Rex Ron at that time was anything but that. And those is Bashadi's words, verbatim. We wanted somebody that fit the corporate culture. We're trying to change the culture up. That's why that stuff is everything. That's why I'm saying that. Now, if you're talented, if you're talented, yeah, Lamar shining face of the franchise. But what if he didn't have that? Because Huntley getting commercials and Lamar hasn't had one commercial.
Now that's my issue too, D Banks. I have to question that too. Not that I have an answer for it, but I have to question that too. Where's Lamar commercials other than the fucking what was it, All State? You feel me? Where's the commercials? Where's
Where's Lamar
the
tennis shoe
endorsement?
deal?
Yeah, where's the endorsement deals? If he's broken those barriers, like you saying, and I'm not denying he hasn't, but if he's really broken through some of those barriers as he is himself, and I'm not saying Lamar is a problem in him being him,
He is a
but where is
Gatorade, but Gatorade, Lamar
Gatorade
biggest
sponsor
sponsors
everybody?
is Gatorade, and he couldn't even get an Under Armour deal. Zay got an Under Armour deal, and he's right there. Under Armour's right there in the area, and he's sponsored by Oakley. Those is two biggest sponsors.
Right. We said sneaker deal though. Where that Under Armour at? Where that New Balance deal at? Where that's at? And this ain't no
Well, he denied
Lamar
it.
don't
That
got
was
this, Lamar don't
because
got that.
Lamar
It's
wants a
Jim
partnership
Ashton.
with these folks, and they were like, "Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that." I know the story about that. He wanted a partnership with them. He wanted a partnership with Nike, and they were like, "No, we're not doing that." And part of it because Lamar don't he represent himself. It's a certain code and system that's in corporate America, and they want you to play ball. Lamar doesn't do anything traditional. A lot of people don't want to get involved with that because all these people are in the same circles. That's why they call it the richest 1%. Because 1% of the people make all the deals.
Well, it wasn't
He don't want that type of limelight, but why not when you're a superstar like that? Lamar's into making money too.
this is true too. This is true too. I think he
He's into
want to do it
making
for his
money.
time. I don't.
If he didn't want to care about being a star like then why he representing himself? Why you shake the hornet's nest like that?
This
He
is
want
true.
every drop of money he can get. You only gonna get that if you represent yourself.
This is true.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's to cut that. Look, my people in Pompano, but I know how they act. I know how they are. And I'm down for that. But I live in America too. You going to they want you a certain way. They present. Deshaun got them deals before he messed up because Deshaun presents himself a certain way. That Prescott present himself a certain
That's
way.
a fact
No, are
though.
they as talented? No. But that's just the reality.
They go along
But
with the program.
that's not the subject right
They go
now.
along. Nah. We're gonna talk about they go along with the program. That's what they are. That's what Jalen Hurts is. He go along with the program. He's not going to buck
Right.
against the system. That's what we really saying. Lamar is bold enough to buck against the system, but still, into him bucking against the system, what are you
You
getting
got
out
to
of it?
just deal what comes with bucking against the system, though. It's gonna make his life a lot harder trying to
Mm-hmm.
get to being a billionaire when you bucking against the system. That's
Big
all we're
fact.
saying. That's all we're saying. He would be closer to a billionaire right now if he didn't buck against the system.
And we're not saying for him to buck again, but not
We're
not to
not
buck.
saying for him to do this or that. I don't care what he do, honestly. But the thing is that you're dealing. You got a staunch billionaire that owns that team. They let Lamar does what he wants because he's liberal in that sense. But then at the same time, it's just that not everybody wants to subscribe to that. But what is it with what is it with the team I'm hearing they gotta have security at the hotel because they're leaving curfew. They sneaking out of the hotel.
Jesus, do y'all date it all? No, Chris. The fuck? You know what time it is out here? The fuck got
Who
time for
I
date?
date? I'm married, so I don't date per se. I'm married. I but when I was dating, yeah, when I was, I'm a type of person. I'm a vibe person.
Hold on. He said,
You
so
know what I
y'all
mean?
saying y'all
So
want to see Lamar in an insurance? No, I'm tired of insurance commercials. I'm saying Lamar should be able to expand himself by now. He is the Ravens. He is the brand.
here's the
To that
Ravens.
to that
Yeah.
point, he should have much more leverage than what he's showing us in regards to this team with coaching in a sense. Not to say he has go ahead to fire Harbaugh, but at the same time, he has
Hey,
expectations to fill as
hey,
well.
cuz, cuz at the end of the day, I want Lamar to be a Raven, retire as a Raven, and have a statue sitting on a bench in front of the stadium with Ray Lewis and and
What street rapper
um
you seen in a commercial that wasn't music based, other than Snoop Dogg? He said he got $70 million cat hit leverage from
right.
this
And that
deal.
was the reason why I talking about trade because they want if he don't take less money, they gonna do because they're not gonna take a $70 million cap hit. But I'm like, if you ain't been forcing that line, I'm not giving you no discount. If you can't give me a line, I'll be a fool to do that. Cause there ain't no guarantee they're gonna fix that line. Take less money and I'm gonna be hurt more? No, that don't make sense.
I mean, I understand him taking a pay cut if it's in regards to helping as they get paid. I don't see why not. If I'm being objective here, in all seriousness, I don't think that's a reasonable number for
Yeah.
Lamar. I really don't. I'm sorry. Um, Whatever they got to do to make it work, so be it. But Harbaugh need to be out of there. EDC need to be out of there. Um, I don't know, man. I want to say this correctly without coming all condescending or like it is something bad, but like just to wrap it up with Lamar and the jewelry situation and all that, I don't think it helps. Um, Not saying this is like the OTAs thing because whether he wears them or not, I don't think it
Big
helps him
fact.
play better. You feel me? But what was it doing? Chains, all right, cool. It don't have to be seen, but we seen what's his name? Crabtree get his chain snatched. You feel me? Not saying like it's all light shit, but at the same time, like these things don't mean anything. What's more important? When in the ring now to lead point, I understand this aspect. It's a certain nuance that comes with that championship mentality. It's the no distractions type thing. Like Lamar had hints of it when he was telling Humphrey not to get on live stream or go live after the wins. You feel me? People said it's not a big deal. Oh well, it ain't bothering nobody. It's just a live stream. Yeah, but at the same time, what is it's giving access to the team? We need to be locked in. It's no different. That's how I perceive it with the jewelry situation. With the jewelry situation. Hold up. Chris, you funny as shit, yo. He can resign for more money. It lowered, yeah, I seen that. The cap hit does not reflect the actual salary that he's being paid. It's actually based on how they structure the contract. He's being paid 52 million per year, but based on how the contract is written, salary cap is affected each year. Got you. Uh Chris said I got you hooked on phonics. It'll get you it'll get to you after Christmas because I think you be struggling, my boy. Chris, I might be. I might be. Sorry. I didn't go to college. Okay. I can say that confidently and feel good about life because I still got a head. I ain't asking nobody. Let me see. Um, yeah, and I can see Lamar being selective about his endorsements. All in all, still though, I'm still surprised he doesn't have a major endorsement. Shoe wise,
At least Team Jordan, something.
yeah,
I'll take
that's
New
kind of
Balance,
surprising.
Feli at this point, something.
That is kind of surprising. I'm not gonna lie.
So,
D Banks, that always bothered me. I'm not gonna lie. I've been pretty vocal about that on my videos and shit. Um, it's strange that Lamar has such energy for people that he don't know or can't see. But he does not come in harbs like this. I find that the strangest thing in the world, man. Maybe this is the year he does it though. I- I'm hoping. Well, 2026. Um,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
I want to talk about Roquan too.
He's been absent, bro.
Um, he's been doing what's expected of him when it comes to tackles, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
I mean that literally tackles. You know what I'm saying? Are they impactful ones? No. But he whatever. I see something that says he's still. It will cost us more to let him go versus to keep him for another season. At this point, just to not have to worry about securing another position through the draft, whether Harbs is here or not. I'm fine with Roquan staying. I hate to say that. I swear to God.
They need to draft a linebacker, though.
Yeah, I don't see too many. I haven't been watching college this year like that, but I can't think of nobody that I got in mind enough to be like, oh, we can do without Roquan right now. I think we'll
Yeah.
be worse off if we just cast him off right now. But I'd rather worry about that later down than right now. Um, 86 Ghost says, hold up. Ashley said, who really comes at hardball though? He just does what he wants. A lot of people come at hardball. They're not there no more. They're not there no more, but a lot of people have. Most recently, one of my favorites, good homie, Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters stood up to hardball in defense of Lamar, and it got him kicked off the team. Uh,
Okay. 32 got, yeah, you gotta restructure him. You gotta restructure a lot of these guys. Did it freeze? Did it freeze? What about Pollard? He said Bobby Buffalo. Did it freeze? Yo, yo. What happened? Is he frozen on you guys' side as well? Dang. Yeah, he got to reset it because he's controlling the live. Ride bum. Dang. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for him to text or reset the live. But what y'all think about Marlon? He hasn't been the same. He hasn't been the same because Patrick Cream was the see ball, hit ball type dude. And Rowe was just a mastermind. Then you need somebody that's that quality, but you don't really see much from Cream in Pittsburgh either. They complemented each other. I said the same thing. Like if Marlon, I think he's there to be a Raven for life. But if he got to play corner, then he got to go. But if he moved a strong safety, we'd be good. Because I actually think we need to move Carl Hamilton. He need to play linebacker for real, or a hybrid back or something. Yeah, he might have played safety. They did that. The Jimmy Smith had to go play safety. Marlon's smart with the ball when he could see it, so it might work for him. Kyle, I think Kyle really would make a good pass rusher. But Kyle's smart enough to play middle linebacker though. Yeah. Well, he could play both, but they say Kyle's more play better in the box than actually roaming around. Yeah, I'm like, but Marlon's liability up there, he's a liability now. He need focus watching film instead of making these podcasts. I'ma say that. He needs to start just making these podcasts. Cause in these game lives, it shouldn't have made any kind of like victory lives the way we've been playing this season. He said he's better than Noquan. Yeah, yeah, that TJ Tampa going down, yo, that hurt. That hurt a lot. But I think we got enough of young boys to make an impact. It's just that they got to get the reps. You can't get reps if you're injured. And we need our problems with the OGs. Our OGs ain't as good as they supposed to be. Yeah, but those are quad 100
Hey,
tackles.
yo,
There you
hey,
go.
yo. Hey, yo, when I tell y'all the realest motherfucking chat ever, yo. I swear to God, I'm over here panicking. I'm like, yo, no fucking way. I fucking stream was so lit. I said, yo, that shit really just cut off on me in the middle. I said, I can't believe this shit. I said, oh, please,
Right.
man, fresh, please say on that motherfucker. I
And
had
I
no
stayed.
idea.
I know it was fun. You was like. I said he was froze. I had to make sure it wasn't me. Cause first you was saying I was froze. I
Oh,
was
y'all
having a
niggas so
delay.
lit, bro. Y'all niggas so lit, bro. Oh my God. Yo.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got it.
yo, shouts out to Fresh, man. Shouts out to
Right.
Fresh, yo, for real, yo.
Yeah, I didn't want to get too wrapped up in case you jumped in. So
Yeah,
I try to slow
trying,
roll the
bro.
conversation to, and you could just jump back in.
I was trying, yo. I was really
And
on the
I was trying to
last.
see if you was gonna send me a message saying, "Hey, I got to restart the live or whatever."
Hell no, I'm glad you stayed on that motherfucker, dog. Keep that motherfucker rolling, man.
Yeah. So now we was. I asked the question, what they think about what do we need to do with Marlon and all that.
Oh man, I'm glad you brought that up. People have been getting, and I'm gonna be Dre. Shouts out to you, but I'm gonna fuck with Dre today, man. So I agree with Dre's stance on Marlo after so many years of criticizing Marlo. Right, a lot of people been criticizing Marlo. I don't understand it, but I wasn't a part of it. But this year, Marlo, even though he struggled, he still gives effort in games.
He did make plays. He did have pick last week. He did have a pick last
That's
week.
all you can ask for, man. And
You
that's
know
the
what I
same thing
mean?
with Zay. People got on Zay because of the fumble. But Zay was just trying to make a play no different than Lamar when he pressing. And Fresh, we
Right.
talk about this all the time, man. Lamar is known for pressing, but like it's not a good thing when it happens. But I understand it.
It's why are you not using D Hop? You got more pressing issues. I don't care if D Hop does his last year. I'm going to him every other play, bro. You an NFL wide receiver, bro. I don't care if you old. I'm going to you. Catch it.
And they had D Hop in that Nelly. They got him in that Nelly role.
And
I
then
I
that
don't
Nelly roll, I was
understand.
hot too. And D Hop said it last night. The other night, he was like, "Yo, I'm a football player. I don't make these decisions. I just go do my job." That's the politically correct way of
That's
saying, "Man, I
cool.
don't know. Ask them why I ain't getting the ball."
That's cool for Vegas is involved, and I can't say much. I know D Hop because I put you on my parlay a few times.
Yo, you know we'll be another goose egg. Every time on a big play, they got an inch from getting Drake made down. He makes a big play, and it ended up in touchdown. Now,
Mm.
if we had got to him a lot of those times, yeah, the game would have been different anyway.
Right, I agree. I agree. That's why I don't
But
care for Draymond Jones. No disrespect, but we brought you here for sack.
they was there on him a lot of times. He just did something and elude him, and then that was it.
Man, give me one of them young guys out of college, man. Give me one of them young guys out of college, yo.
I
I'm
don't
done.
know.
I'm done with trying to reinvent somebody's old trash. I'm good. Mm-mm.
You say you done.
Yep, I need all young guys, all tall, defensive ends, versatile.
Somebody said easy Andre. Yeah, I
Chris,
think he's
they
a
ain't
good
gonna get
player,
many years from
man.
me. They ain't gonna get many years from me, Chris. I got about a two game stretch. I got about a 2 game stretch. That's about it. Nah,
Hey,
nah, yeah,
I
y'all
wouldn't
just
be
y'all just like
surprised.
Draymond. Now I'm talking about production. I ain't seen nothing special.
I wouldn't be surprised though if, and this it's gonna pivot to a different conversation. If we win and Pittsburgh lose to the Browns, because okay, Pittsburgh they're not stopping. They ain't got nothing to stop Miles Garrett either. And when your
True.
home run hitter out, that's gonna make a big difference.
He
That's
said,
gonna make a big difference.
I'm curious to see what's going on with Metabike, who was a huge loss for us this season.
Hey,
I think he'll be back.
Matabike said he's close to coming back. They called
Yep,
him. He was at the game. They was talking to him. 'Cause I heard
yep.
the rumors that he done moved to
Yeah,
Dallas and all that. That's not true.
I said that shit was cat, man. Everybody believing that Reddit shit, which I do believe about the players with John, but yeah, everybody was believing that shit. Come on, that BK done. Nah, not my dog. Not my dog.
He needs somebody to help him. He need help. He needs help. He got a lot of things, but that
Uh,
leadership, man, is top to bottom need to go. They need
unpopular
to go.
unpopular opinion. I do not care for Travis Jones. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's locked in now, but I do not care for bro. I'm sorry. If we get mad at BK back along with two dudes on the edge will be a problem. Um, who else do we have? Oh, we got Mike. I keep forgetting about Mike Green. He's been and that wasn't no pun intended. I wasn't trying to clown. Uh, I need more from Mike Green. I really thought he was going to do something this season. Not that he hasn't helped,
He got
but
sacks. I mean,
I was
it's
expecting.
a rookie. Let him get his
Yeah, you
moves
right,
together.
you right.
Let him get his moves right. Everybody can't be Sizzle come in there with 14 sacks, 13 sacks at 20 years old. Everybody can't be Suggs.
This is true, man. This is true. This is true. I mean, and that's unfair expectations on him because to be fair, he was coming from a small college, but so did Randy Moss. So that's what my excitement was. But he is not the defensive version of Randy Moss. So at least not yet. At least not yet.
You know, he got to find his way, his footing. You got to
Slicer,
have the
thank you,
coach.
thank you, bro. Hey, I don't see it either. I've never been a fan of Travis Jones. I thought he was a good replacement for Brandon Williams, but
Yeah, that's not, you can't. And that's another part about being a Ravens fan versus the older generation, the newer generation. They don't know that we're
yeah,
judging these new players based on the Ravens of yesteryear. They was a different breed,
it's true. It's true.
and they had a Ozzy was drafting all these killers. Cause Matabike ain't no Saragusa. Matabike ain't a Haloti Nada. He ain't that.
Right. He was his own. Yeah, I got you. I got you. He was his own player. You right.
You know what I'm saying?
You right.
So it's kind of hard. You gotta give these people time to develop into that. You know what I mean? Like, and he ain't that. You forget.
You right.
We give Jane Harrison crap. As great as Jane Harrison was in
It's true.
Pittsburgh,
Great point.
he
Great point.
couldn't crack the starting lineup. He got cut training camp with the Ravens.
Right,
He got drafted by the Ravens. That's why he played so hard against us. But bro, you wasn't beating Dwayne Starks and Bart Scott and all them when you was playing, bro. You wasn't beating them dudes, bro.
right.
You was like the sixth best linebacker, and bro, you wasn't getting that spin, bro. It's just what it is.
Yeah, not during those times. Yeah, you had to
Peter
be somebody.
Bower, you was not better than Peter Bower.
Right,
Who you was gonna you want to replace Starks? Was you gonna replace Peter? Because that's when he came in as a rookie. That's what the Ravens had.
right.
You wasn't at that time. You wasn't better than either one of them dudes. So you can't fault them for them putting you on track. Now we wish they would kept you aboard, but maybe that was the fire that he needed to go to the next level by being cut. That might drove him to be greater by being cut. That might drove um Oway from being cut. I should have some kind of madness with Oway being cut. I got his jersey that I can't do nothing with now.
Who likely? You tomorrow.
No, Oway. I got his jersey. I can't do nothing with it. You know, I'm hot. But hey, it is what it is.
You got a point. Yeah.
So it is what it is.
I got stuck with an OBJ. Well, Chris got the OBJ jersey now, but I got stuck with one. So I know what you mean. I know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can't. Yeah, somehow I want it put in it. Put hey, inbox me or something later. I'll send it to you now.
yeah.
I'll send it to you. But you know what I mean. I don't got no room for it.
D Banks said Mike Green is a rookie, bro. This is a huge ask for year one. He has no help. You right, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
give him some time in this system, and then he was injured too. That was another thing. He was injured too, so he's missing steps.
Travis Jones, in my opinion, better than Brandon. I think you mean Brandon Williams. He can stop the run. There's nobody blocking him one on one. Boy, strong as shit. Yeah, Dre, I seen glimpse of that. I've seen glimpse of his strength. Maybe it's just the absence of Matt BK not being there, but I see your point. 86 Ghost Harrison was undrafted. I think that is true. We picked him up and put him on our practice squad, but he never made the team. Yeah, he was in the pictures. He was in the pictures. So I don't know what that's good for. But maybe that was the undrafted pictures, I guess.
Somebody would tell me start over and get Max Crosby. I'm like, I don't want Max Crosby now. If we didn't get him at the
I
trade
agree.
draft, I don't want him now. He's 30 something years old. I don't want him now.
That's why I said I'd rather go just draft a young guy at this point, man. And to D Bank's point, is D Bank said that earlier? Get a game record. Yeah, D Bank said get a game record. He said Travis Jones on a game record. I can see that. All right, so we need a game record.
Alvin Duberville was 5'9", so and was
This
a
is
game
this is
record.
true too. D
So you
Banks.
know,
He Dunville
hey,
was
it's
undersized.
not the size of the dog. It's the size of the heart in the dog.
This is facts. This is facts. This is got a great point. Got a great point. And he got good bend. Mike Green, pause. Mike Green got good bend.
Yeah. Hey, he got mean fish move though.
Uh,
He got mean move, spin move when it gets there.
he said Cassius Howe. I don't know who that is, Dre. I gotta look him up after this, man. Gotta look him up, man.
And do you know that game they played conservative in the second? Once they got their lead, they start playing conservative defense.
Absolutely.
I was looking at that today. I was looking like, bro, why? They was
Yeah,
just
they was
like,
letting Stephon go the fuck off.
bro, if you scared, if you playing scared and still getting burnt.
Chris.
Oh yeah, so you talking about his bend. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
kind
you
of
ain't gonna
nasty
hear
work.
the last 10 comments you ain't been here. We should come up with that.
But she will hear that. She will hear that.
Yeah, she didn't even greet me when I came back, but she came back to that comment. Funny as shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's I don't know, man. We will get there, but I don't know if it's this season. It looks like it's not gonna be this season. But I don't feel like waiting 9 months for a hope either, though. That's gonna suck. And I pray any NFC team win it. I don't want no anybody NFC, AFC win it because they trying to give it to Allen.
I don't.
They
I keep.
trying hard.
I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't care who get there on the AFC. I got Seattle being the team to beat this year, bro. They're not. Ain't nobody fucking with Mike right now, man. It's gonna come. Them players is one thing, but that playoff is gonna come down to coaching. Ain't nobody fucking with Mike right now, yo. I'm sorry. Mike got them motherfuckers looking like Legion of Boom Toms too, bro. And this motherfucking Jackson Smith the Jigba, Jackson Smith that nigga. What? Bro, they the team to beat, man.
It's just
I
too
got to do my
much fishy
homework on these
stuff
guys,
going
man.
on.
Trey
It's too much
Hendrickson.
stuff going on.
I'm with you. Heavy on the money racket.
You said I got the Rams saying playoffs. Hell no.
See, Jamal, this the thing though, right? I'm not denying from a football standpoint, I agree with you 1,000%. But when we talking about this year, when we talking about Vegas, I don't put it past this motherfucker Darnold to have an MVP season, bro. To even win one, okay? I don't put it past him. Rams is cool. I don't trust Devontae, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't remember this motherfucker name no more. Devontae Adams. I don't trust him. I don't trust their defense either. Um, but to me, as a whole, as a team, as a
Hey, I
team
just thought
being
about
coached,
something. Finish
I'm
what you
fuck with
saying.
y'all. No,
Finish
that
what
was
you
it.
saying.
That
Huh?
was it. That was it. That was it.
It's popped up to me. If they don't get that stuff straight, don't be surprised if Jerry Jones called Bashadi.
For who?
Now I want y'all to fill in the reason why. I want you feeling what I'm going to say. Don't be surprised. It's not out of the realm of possibility. If they choose to like press the reset button on everything,
For Henry?
no
Who you talking about? Roquan?
trading for Lamar.
I keep telling you, Lamar ain't going nowhere,
No, no,
bro.
no, 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 no. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't want it to happen, but it's not. I'm gonna tell you. Number one, Lamar, that's his favorite football team.
I did
Number
hear that.
one. Number two, Dallas has a line and they got receivers. All right. Jerry is desperate to get a Super Bowl before he retire. And he got the resources. Jerry will give you Dak Prescott, Lamar, plus 2 first-round picks and 2 threes, a third and a four, and probably a defensive player. Jerry got the resources to make that happen. And the Cowboys can handle a superstar QB. That's a part of the reason the Ravens cannot handle a superstar QB. Because some of that stuff is being said like by Lamar. The owner can make the phone call to ESPN and say, "Hey, y'all need to cut the talk." Because Jerry Jones did that for not he didn't do it for Dak Prescott, but he did it for what's the dude that was there before him?
On Cowboys?
Yeah, I'm
Small.
having brain farts
No, I
tonight.
know you're talking about white boy.
Yeah,
Damn, Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. He called ESPN. He
Jimmy
called
Farr.
Stephen A. Stop riding Tony Romo. He called him. Like Bashada could be calling these networks, yo, lay off my quarterback, bro. And he says nothing.
Well, at
They
one point,
made calls
hold
to
up.
tell
Here's the thing.
ESPN when Ray Lewis got to lay off my quarterback because Bishotti was a minority owner back then when Modell had it. They were
Oh, he
like,
said
bro,
he said he got no trades clause. I didn't know that.
no, he don't. But I'm saying Lamar will what do trade the A. Because really, nobody has. I'm gonna be honest. Very few teams got them enough capital and resources to make a trade. Because the Ravens gonna need a lot. Because they want to still win and be serviceable. The Ravens is too powerful to start over from scratch and
I
have
hear
a.
you.
So they're gonna want something. You're gonna have to give up something dear, valuable to get Lamar.
I agree. But we ain't giving up
I don't
Lamar.
wanna.
The
I don't wanna talk about it, but bro,
only way I can see that happening is if Harbs don't go, and I don't see Harbs not leaving. I just don't.
yeah.
Hold on, I'm about to write down these names these niggas talking about in the chat. That way I look him up. Ooh, it said Peter something. Peter Woods. Hold up. Peter Woods.
And you
Caden.
got pay, but you got pay him. But if I'm Lamar, I'm not taking. I'm not taking. You're not gonna give me 55, 60 million to take them hits, and
Right.
you're not going. And you can't give me assurances that you gonna increase that offensive and defensive line. You're not making me giving me any assurances, bro. I ain't signing no contract till after the draft. After I see you get me some line help. Because once they got you in contract, look, they got you, bro. You want me to sign this and boost that line up?
Right.
The first four picks, the first four rounds should be offensive, defensive line. Period. I don't care. Don't do that best player available stuff. Everybody say the Dolphins though, but I don't feel they allow Lamar to stay in the AFC. That
Lamar
would
ain't
be
leaving,
that would be
man.
behoove them to do that. I don't
Lamar
see
ain't
them
leaving.
doing that.
Lamar ain't leaving.
But
Right.
it ain't leaving because it'll be a
No.
riot in Baltimore. It'll be almost damn near Armageddon in Baltimore, in Maryland. Period. If that happen, be Armageddon. It'll be a civil war.
Honestly, Drake, I double up on Edge. I'm going crazy on Edge this off season uh for the draft personally because I'd rather have a rotation with that, and I know at any given moment.
But you gonna see Lamar in the playoffs, though.
What you
You
mean?
gonna see him in the playoffs in the AFC. So you
No,
might
Lamar
see
ain't
him.
leaving. Lamar ain't leaving. No, 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 no. I'm
No, that
saying.
was
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
somebody said trade him out of AFC North. You're
Oh,
only
okay.
gonna see him every once every 4 years, even if he's in NFC. Yes, but you ain't gonna see him in the playoffs to the Super Bowl. You might see Lamar twice a year, or once a year, or whatever. And you might see him. You might see him regular season, and then you might see him in the playoffs. Lamar's gonna make the playoffs, no matter where he go at. He's gonna make the
I
playoffs.
that's what I wanted to say too. And
So,
I ain't talking about the conversation of Lamar leaving, but and I know to your conversation of you saying that it's going to be a full rebuild once we get rid of Harbs and or EDC. I don't see why not get rid of both. But I generally feel like you still have that security blanket, knowing that just because you got 8 on the team, you have a chance to make it to the
oh
playoffs.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
just going to
Of course,
be complete rebuild and we ask we're going to go 1-5 again this the following season. You know what I'm saying? I think this season is an eye opener. It needed to happen. It should have been happened, but this is an eye opener. If we don't cut the fucking cord with Harbs, this is what we're going to be looking at times two if Lamar go.
because
So
Harbs has no more scapegoats,
I agree. I agree.
and he might have kept Michael Orr there as a scapegoat if something goes south. I'm not Michael Orr, Zach Orr.
Mhm. I agree, D
And we
Banks.
don't know if he didn't make it this year yet. It's unlikely, but they still got a chance to make the
Who?
playoffs.
Oh.
Oh, what's good, man?
Jang. Yes. Yes. At some point in time, I will be joining the live stream with the ladies once they get up and going. Uh, man, it's gonna be a full sit down conversation of Ravens content. Uh, you get to
Ladies, man,
unfilter.
hey, the ladies
Oh my
night,
god!
and I feel
Oh man,
so right.
it's unfiltered over
Mm-mm-mm.
here. Over there is gonna be a lot more suited for all crowds. So you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna tone it down some over there, but regardless, look out for it, man. And say yes, he do. Then he just blame somebody else. What you talking about?
Best
What you
need
talking
for.
about?
Oh, just
He,
let me know. Send me a link when you have this podcast.
yeah, fresh man, fresh gonna be come through there, man. He
Yeah,
said
cause
he was
I just been busy because I relocated here and getting stuff straight, and then the team start doing crap, so I lost all desire to get my channel and stuff back right. But I'll be back next year, especially this off season. There'll be a lot to talk about, so I'm just gonna wait.
let me see.
Boy,
Slyster.
you built yourself a nice little community there. Life after Bobby, boy.
Hey, listen, man. I put
Life
Bobby
after
on for
Bobby.
real. I put Bobby on for real. You feel me? Bobby Chat wasn't doing no fucking numbers. You feel me? And not to say because Taylor was one of the first people I remember seeing, and then Chris too.
I see
Jane
Chris
too. I
Taylor.
always seen Jane,
I
yeah,
had
but
to get out of that Bobby string because it got toxic, and then I know my attitude. I'm not gonna be texting back and forth with somebody and troll on a live stream. That they ain't really built like that in real life. I'm too old for that. So I stepped my way out of it. I went in there the other day. Somebody was talking stupid. So you got a lot of people like that. And then I already said that watch, don't be surprised when Robbie pull the plug on Ravens content and go somewhere else. He's a grifter. He only
yeah,
does
for
Ravens
sure.
content because he went to Loyola and that's who helped him get his start. But right now he's looking for that big sponsor or he wants to get on there. And to be honest, Bobby has that look to be on national television. He has that.
I mean, he got
But
that ass kisser
but
face, but
he
yeah.
got he got some stuff. Yeah, he know how to do that. But he has some things he need to work on because it's not consistent when he on Sarah than when he's off. He shows that bro side.
Oh yeah,
When he off chat, he shows that college bro side. And he's using I keep telling you he's a privileged kid.
he
Privileged
definitely
kid.
using the chat.
He's come for wealth and money. Like
Exploiting the
what
culture.
30-year-old, what 29, 30-year old takes golf trips all the time? If you
I
not used to having money.
I don't want to talk about the little man trip he did with his homie. Listen,
Now, I
but
got my cousin goes on like trips abroad with a travel group of guys, a travel group, but
I
they
said
go
group
and
of
do
guys.
stuff.
No, you said
Group of
guys. Bobby went with one person.
oh
You went with some dude, but I
oh
ain't even getting all into that. But to the D
oh,
Banks
it's it's
comment,
it's that's another thing.
it
That's
wasn't nothing
another. But he
crazy.
moved to Florida.
Yeah,
If he was
he
really
just on
serious
some
about
corny
Baltimore, he
shit.
would still stayed in the DMV somewhere. So he got out there and went to Florida. So he's trying to get close to something else because if you try to talk about Baltimore sports, you're moving further and further away from all your information in the local area. He
A
never
little
did
bit,
a,
don't
he never did anything with Dan What's the dude name?
Dan
He
Rip,
covered
Cal Ripken,
Redskins.
whatever the fuck.
Dan what's called. He never did anything with Ryan Ripken.
Yeah,
He don't do anything with what's the dude that have
all right, man.
Ishmael
Be safe.
on his
Enjoy the
show?
night.
Yeah. He don't do anything with them. He got his own crew. He does stuff with they got that what's the commission or the collective going on. So it's
Yeah,
already they
yeah.
got their own little low key cruise too.
But this, you know, again, to who said D Bank?
Right, they most
Pretty
it's
much.
not from Baltimore, and that's sad too. Because how are you getting the information? They're not from Baltimore.
That was one of my biggest issues with Bobby, and I used to always like I was cool with Bobby, but it was always I always let him know where he stand as far as knowledge goes. Like when you right, but motherfucker, you don't know enough
Yeah,
about the team to be covering it. And the fact that you be acting like you do is crazy to me. And it got to a point where I get tired of trolling Bobby all the time, so I troll Sarah. So for one random day, Sarah got offended and made Bobby
but I told you
block
you ran, bro.
some
You
more
ran into it
weird shit.
yourself. Cause I've been told you about leave that chick alone. I've been
But
told you
I'm
leave
with
that
y'all,
chick alone.
but you know what it reminded me of? Like when you in the classroom in high school, middle school, and you don't give a fuck what the teacher talking about, and you ready to get kicked out the class. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was. That's what type of time I was on. It didn't bother me. The only thing that threw me off was I didn't think he blocked me for that. I didn't. It wasn't even no big comment like that. It was just some. I said Sarah brought the HVAC man over.
Oh
Some
yeah,
old corny shit.
I can't
But it,
stand. Let me ask you a question: Is Rodney from the Baltimore area, the
I
Panthers
thought
fan?
I think
Cause I
I don't know
can't
if it
stand that
was.
dude. Like it's still on site with me with him. We gonna have a grown
I,
man comment. Yo, cause he got beside himself, bro. He got
you don't
beside
touch
himself.
that.
Like people
I was
don't
listen.
like.
I'm down.
Yo,
I'm not.
I don't. Everybody, you don't have to agree with me, but we could disagree to
It,
disagree in a
it
respectful
was
manner.
wild. And nobody crossed the line like that except B. So that's definitely a separate issue. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, listen, Dre. I had to
Right.
put the guard down. I don't even go that lane no more. I still watch though. Whenever he Jose is on there with Sip, ain't no issues, ain't no smoke. You feel me?
Jose, all right, but he's
Yeah.
like he all right. And Yolanda, they bully Yolanda. So when she wants to have a opposing view, they bully her on her side, and I don't like that either.
You know what? I'm gonna say this too, Jose. About Jose, Dre. I'm with you, but today I heard Jose kind of show his humility in a sense, which was rare for me because I've listened to him for a long time. I wasn't always haters of them. I wasn't always naysayers of them. I used to watch their stuff. And he said even I got was sipping the purple Kool-Aid about Mike Green. But all in all, I think everybody across the board when it comes to Ravens content, I think we all want the same thing essentially, which is a Super Bowl. How it gets done, everybody wants it differently, but at the end of the day, we can honestly say whether we like Falele or not, whether we like Owe or not, whether we like Roquan or not, whether we like Kyle or not, Marlowe, Henry, who you could name whatever player you want. At the end of the day, we always end up in the same spots during these big games at the hands of Harbaugh. Has Lamar been perfect in the playoffs? Fuck no. But it's not supposed to be all on the QB. Regular season is one thing. Going into the playoffs, you need elite coaching.
Who
You
just
need
said
this.
Elsa Eckler and Zach Moss are better options for the? Who said that dumb stuff? Dre, who said that?
I agree though, Dre. What you said, this YouTube beef is something I hate to see. D Banks, it's
I
entertainment
hate
for
to
me.
say it because I'm like, we all want the same thing, but people clout chase.
80 says, Bazel, what do you think I was doing? What do y'all think I was doing? I was definitely niggas didn't. I couldn't get money if I can't. What 50 Cent said, if I can't get money with you, then fuck you. So that's how I was coming at the Ravens content early on. I've matured since then, so it don't matter. But I do agree with you though, Dre. I don't like the fact when people have their takes, they don't give open floor for people to rebuttal or speak on it, and I don't want to keep typing all day.
But I'm gonna come out and say what I actually said that he was talking saucy online. And especially you know how people want
No,
to get when
I
they're around
remember. I remember
females.
that. I remember that stream. I
So
vividly remember
I
that.
asked him, I said, how come you got so much to say about
I
Ravens
vividly
content
remember
when
that.
you're a Panthers fan?
He got upset.
And
He
he
got a
got
little
tight.
upset. He
He
got a little
got
upset about it. Yeah,
and I was like, he talked to me like I'm not from Maryland. Like I won't.
like you was some type of troll or something. Yeah, I'm like, nah,
You
it's
talk
bro.
to me like
But
I won't come and talk to you. I will meet you at the game and have a man con. We ain't gotta come. We ain't gotta put our dukes up. We both got stuff to lose. But I'm gonna have a grown man conversation now. Say what you said online in my face. That's the thing. I ain't heard from him since then. They blocked me and everything. He blocked me off
listen,
there. I said,
I
say what
don't.
you say. Now
I
I
don't
have
go.
disagreements with
Yeah,
Yolanda. She'll disagree with politely or whatever, and then we go
same,
on about her
same,
business.
same with Hendo too, low key. But I don't watch Hendo like that.
Hendo just troll back, but he don't do that. You know, he'll welcome it. He'll just say he'll if he'll call you out your name, he'll do that, but he'll do it in a respectful manner. If he disagree, Hendo mindset, he just thinks he know everything. That's his mindset. But I know Hendo is from the city. I know that he's built like that. But still, I'm built like that too. And your phone froze again? Yeah, they got you taking a mug shot this time. I don't know. Apparently, that's what you gotta do. You gotta say something controversial to get your subs up. Like Nitro. You gotta say some crazy stuff. Lamar, yeah, Lamar eyes was glossy. Like that's my famous for real. But his eyes was a little bit glossy, red and glossy. Like he was like on cloud nine when he got them oxtails. And it was a nice healthy plate too. Yeah, I I was when Archo was on TikTok. I mean on Twitter. When Nitro was on Twitter, I was a big proponent for him to get his YouTube channel up. Me and Engraver. But then he started getting weird once he got into it and all that type of stuff. And then it's just like it's always bias. You know what I mean? It's always bias. Now Nitro says certain stuff, but then sometimes he gotta change his act up. He gotta change his act up. It's like it's getting to the same. It's just like, yo. I'm a type of person. If if my quarterback messed up, he messed up, and I'm gonna call him out on it. When he performed wonderfully, I'm gonna give him the biggest praise. Like at the end of the day, we got you gotta be fair. We can't be biased. You know what I mean? Regardless, because sometimes because they're not biased, if they mess up, they'll take accountability for. It. So I'm not going to take more. I'm not going to be more biased than the person that's playing. If the person taking more accountability than I am, then what I'm doing. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Nitro wasn't a Likely fan at all, and I would say, yo, look at Likely Coastal Carolina film. That dude is a receiver playing tight end. And he was like, he ain't never heard of him. He was such. Now he big as likely fan. I said, but 2 years you wasn't fond of likely. Now all of a sudden, like, bro, hey man. And then he'll swear up and down he didn't say that. But YouTube records everything. Man, I don't think I don't know. I hope we see. It's gonna be a cold afternoon in Green Bay on Saturday. I just know that. But they might have a little quarterback mishap, so that might bode well from us. But it means nothing if Pittsburgh don't lose to the Browns. You know what I mean? Likely's calmed down, not getting his. He plays like a Raven. That's the type of people I need. Likely, it seems like they pushing the people that play like Ravens away for yes men. That's why I don't understand it. Bro, I'm a Lamar guy. Lamar is my cousin. He's related to my grandmother. My grandmother's from Pompano Beach. 92, 93, but she's from Pompano Beach. And a lot of my cousins was like, yeah, neighborhood, you know. Kodak used to sell weed to my one of my cousins on it. They're all from the same area. So I don't say nothing. I don't talk about that because that's irrelevant. But I'm a big Lamar fan. I want him to do good, whether with us or not. I want him to do good. But when he mess up, when he press it gets in his head, I'm gonna call that out because he knows better. Because I want him to win those championships. Yeah, likely was a beast coming out of college. They were like, who the I was like, yo, he's likely is the truth. This dude don't play like no tight end. But in college, Likely's wide receiver, the star wide receiver on Likely's team was 6'6". Likely is only like 6'4". But he tight end because he was probably the strongest one. But they had a 6'6" receiver. Yeah, hardball is just like, yo, that's just an experiment. And see, the thing is, also, people got to realize they thought Lamar was going to be like a Justin Fields, where he could be a serviceable quarterback and serve the needs they needed for how the type of offense they want. They didn't know that he was going to get that good that fast, or even that good that he's an all-time great already. So now they changed things because they didn't project that Lamar was going to be bigger than the program. And now, because Lamar is bigger than the program, they don't know how to handle that. Oh, but